Alrighty, looks like we're up and running, so hello everybody. There we go. So, welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel. I finally got Rain to over level 70. That took forever. I have no idea how you're supposed to really get to level 80 in an appreciable amount of time. Because I killed enough enemies that I was actually able to make another ultimate weapon just by turning in 75 U fragments for one of the Zeromium ore. So yeah, we didn't need to play Sophie's Choice with our characters. Our main 5 do all have their ultimates, so yeah, that's a thing. Now then, we're about to head into the final boss, so might as well show off which Master Quartz we're using. Also, in that time I managed to master all of my Master Quartz except for Iron here. And she's currently on Millium because I'm not really planning on using her, but yeah. I did quite a bit of fighting. Also, Taro, so not worth it. Fully crit, its final ability is 5% chance to deal crits. Yay, I've got better stuff for that. You just reduces delay on Earth Art, so that could actually be good. If that's a major part of your strategy. Megalith, well, of course I would have had that on Rain this whole time, because that CP regeneration effect is nice. Basically, while I was training him up, I had him basically start every battle with his S-Craft. So he basically annihilated most enemies. It's outside of like the really big guys. Now then, Cannon. It's okay. I mean, it's definitely the healer's prerogative since it triples your healing. And the gradual HP regeneration is also nice. The Scepter. Apparently it also has another EXP multiplier on it. I guess if you're trying to raise up 2 people, it works. Ares. It's an interesting one. Definitely a good offensive water Master Quartz, since, restores your HP and recovers your EP through your offensive art usage, so you can self-sustain yourself pretty well, and it reduces the AT delay from water art, so yeah, not bad. Force is pretty meh. Most of its effects only activates when you get below 20% HP. And Passion and Heat Up are nice for its support spells, but you can just put Quartz in for that. The killing enemies restoring CP is good for trying to sustain some of your fighters, but it's useless in boss fights. For the most part. When we were fighting C, if we had Force on, we could actually use his, Mine Attack to get a whole bunch of CP back. Brave isn't too bad, although its final skill really isn't that great. It's more for an Alpha Strike kind of a build. Criminal's pretty great. 90% chance to crit? Yes, please. Also reducing the AT delay on your fire arts? This thing is built to make a really, really good caster. Falco, not so good. Insight is a pretty good status effect, since it gives you just a flat 50% on your evasion, so that's nice. Evasion up, there's better ones for that, and 5% chance to crit, yay. See, Mistral, it's basically Falco, but better since it gives a 30% chance for arts to deal crits rather than just 5%. But if you're really wanting to go for that, go for Criminal. But then again, Criminal is when you got the bi-layer anyway. Wing is actually pretty nice. It gives you 100% resist to all status elements, then the evasion and the wind art delay bonuses are nice additives too. So if you're up against something that's going to be trying to nail you with status elements, Wing is a good choice. Thor is what I've got with Reen right now. It's basically like Ares I think it was that I was talking about, where your physical attacks are going to be sustaining yourself, and the evasion up is kind of nice too, since the physical fighter doesn't really care about its art delay. Raven is a pretty nice one just for the fact that it boosts your speed so friggin' much. 20 speed is insane! The speed buff and the evasion up is nice too, although admittedly the speed one can kinda be iffy, just for the fact that because of it you're gonna run through it really quick. I know that's a weird way to put it, but I mean, I don't know how else to put it. See, Cypher. Cypher's nice. It's basically Juggler, except for it's for stat downs rather than for status ailments. Admittedly, I think Juggler is better in that regard, since status ailments can be much more debilitating than status downs. And the 20% chance to kill on hit, that's actually not too bad either. You have a 1 in 5 chance of being able to just one-shot a normal enemy, so could be good for clearing out, random encounters. Yeah, this one I need to do some testing with, because it seems like it'd be a really good caster one. I mean, absorb magic, yes, if that's all that, I mean, I've seen several different ways absorption works in RPGs. That could just mean that when you get nailed by a magic attack, you get EP back and you still take full damage. But if it just flat out makes you immune to magic, holy crap. Well, the only real problem with that is, I mean, how much magic have we ran into in our boss fights? The answer is not much. About the worst I could say is those, like, giant robot things that were accompanying C. They do use magic, except I never let them get turned, so who cares? The AT delay on time arts is really nice, though, especially since time seems to be, like, the god element of this game. All the really good attack spells come from time, it seems. Well, especially with weaknesses, too. Next up, we got Murakumo, which is what I have on Laura. It gives you a 20% chance to crit all the time, which, that's nice. Increases accuracy as well. And the kicker! Increase the damage dealt by your crits. And that includes all crits, not just like the ones caused by its first passive. So if you feint an enemy, she's going to be doing way more damage, because that means auto crits all the freaking time. So yeah, I'd say this one's pretty good. The only downside to it is the fact that it doesn't have any passive arts on it, but I mean, if you're putting this on Lara, she don't care about friggin' arts. She sucks at that. I've got Angel on Alyssa because, I mean, that revive from death 2 times in a fight, yeah, that's nice. I mean, it gives 100% revival too. You get all your stuff back when you revive from that, and it also has the Spade Art delay reduction on it as well, so that's pretty good for, like, your healer or people you really don't want dead. Admittedly, I haven't really used Space Arts all that much in this game, although Altair Cannon and Cross Crusade are pretty good attack spells. And I've already said how Shining can be kind of ridiculous, especially with some of the equipment I've been putting on our characters, but I'll go into that in a second. Mobius, I maxed out. This one actually looks like it could be pretty interesting as a support, just for the fact that it can actually make your healing items hit in an AoE. That is actually a really unique effect that I could see being really useful, especially with like your cooking items, since a lot of them give big buffs too. So you can use that to really buff up your entire party. So yeah, that seems pretty cool to me. Next is Emblem. That's the one we got for that Angelica used to use. This one is definitely a farmer's dream. I mean, doubles drop rates and increases the number of items dropped by 2? That's pretty good. I'm not too sure of how the low HP decreases received damage thing is. I mean, it could be like in like Super Robot Wars with potential where like at certain amounts of HP loss you get more damage reduction, or it could just be if you're in the red then you're getting no damage reduction. One's more useful than the other, you know? See, then we got Mirage. I do really like the magic evasion on this. I mean, 75% chance, that is a lot. Although, I will say it's killing enemies restore EP effect, that's not that great. I mean, most of the decent spells in this game cost like hundreds of EP, so you're not really going to be making back your cost, as it were, when you're using that. Unless you're using like the weakest ones. Pandora, leveled up, has actually become much, much more useful. I mean, just look at that. Doubles the damage of all your offensive arts, widens its area, and reduces the delay on your Mirage arts. Put those 3 together, and that can actually be very nice. You are going to have to feed them a bunch of EP charges, but I mean, you've seen how many I've had to use so far in this game, right? Juggler, I've already been using for quite a while, and it's been gloriously useful. Laura knows that thing can activate and just give you what you need when you need it in the best way possible, but admittedly it is still random, but 90% chance. You can't knock that. Okay, so yeah, that's that. Now, well, I've actually got Reen up to 50% evasion. If I give him Shining, he might actually be able to, you know, just completely ignore all physical attacks while Shining's activated. That is one of those things that's got me really curious on if that's how that works. Laura's evasion isn't as good, but I mean, she still hits like a goddamn freight train. And no, her defense is slightly lower than Reen's. But yeah, both Reen and Laura have over 1,000 attacks, so that's pretty good, I'd say. V has also reached the 50% evasion club, so she might actually be immune to damage if I get her Shining. I also gave her a bunch of HP boosting quartz because, let's face it, her HP is terrible. I basically have 2,000 HP being granted to her just through her quartz alone. Because, I mean, well, you guys have seen some of the damage the bosses have been doing lately. It seems like it'd be wise if we did something to make sure our characters don't just get one shot. Elliot, he's still set up just like he was before. And I also gave him another HP too because, well, I don't know, it seems like 8,000 HP is a good baseline for, well, our previous S-Craft encounters, so yeah. Emma, I haven't been too careful with her setup. She's got over 8,000 HP, and that's about all I really cared about. Same with Alyssa. She's got Angel and she's got Hellfire, so she's got enough magical damage that she doesn't need to worry about that. Then I gave her a bunch of HP as well, so she's over the 8,000 benchmark. And I'm not really going to be using Ilium in the next fight, so yeah. She is surprisingly tanky without me actually trying to build her to be tanky. So yeah, that's where we are, and that's my mindset on our gear and why I did some of the stuff we did before we go into the final boss encounter. Admittedly, it's not the last boss encounter, but it is what I'd say is the final boss. Mainly because, I mean, after this fight we're basically in the epilogue, and there are fights, but they're more like a teaser. Reveal unto me the color of thy souls. What was that? Oh, it was like someone was talking right into my mind. You heard it too? It seems as though we're linked even more closely through our Arcus units now. Imagine we're getting close now. That area ahead's probably the last. But we're almost there. Finally have our answers about all the mysteries of the old schoolhouse. What's behind all of this? Come this far together. Now it's time to see it through to the end. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention something with ultimate weapons I noticed. I mean, everybody pretty much has a big strength boost plus 7 speed. And then another random-ish, like, boost. Like with Laura's, it gives her the feint. With Reen, it gives him the evasion. Same goes with speed and evasion. Elliot gets art attack. But for some reason, she gets 10 speed. I don't know why, but I mean, I'm not gonna complain about it. I mean, I've said so many times why speed is the god stat, so yeah. I guess that just lends credence to my theory that Alyssa is supposed to be the main girl. Well, it's a door. Yes, that's what I just said, Fee. It's got a jewel in the center. No, wait, maybe an orb? What's the difference exactly in this context? It seems familiar somehow. You mean beside the fact that it's got that symbol in the middle of it that we keep on seeing on these, you know, ancient doors? Looks kinda like... See, I'm not the only one who noticed. I know what it reminds me of, that orb in Lohengrin Castle that summoned that Nosferatu. Guess what our final boss is like. And keep complaining about thou who wouldst be an awakener. Here exists a fragment of the great power. If thou seekest to claim it, prove thy worth, commencing the final trial. Wait, what is this great power, and what final trial? The child is drawing us in. Well then, did we just get flushed down the toilet?
What?
Hey, we're in that one teaser for Kingdom Hearts 2. I should say from Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, this place is certainly ominous, isn't it?
Are we dreaming? It feels too real to be a dream.
A sea of blades stretching out as far as the eye can see.
I'm in heaven.
Is this a battlefield? It feels so empty. So lonely.
So you're finally gonna talk in front of everybody? Nope, she's not gonna talk in front of everybody yet.
Be careful, it's coming!
Well, hi there. The Ashen Power, Loa Erebonius.
Is this it for us?
Stand tall! We're stronger than our fear!
Target confirmed. Commencing assault. Looks like I won't need to hold anything back this time. Let's do this, Lammy!
This is it. The final trial. Stand in the great darkness. Remember, darkness can't exist where light is. Let's be that light!
Righto!
Dude, I was only joking about the Kingdom Hearts thing earlier. You don't need to bring in the darkness. Okay. So, this fight can take forever, as I recall.
Second form, damn! Now's our chance! I'll take you up!
Of course!
This guy, yeah, he has 200,000 HP. You might notice he's got pretty much no vulnerabilities for sadism, so they can't cheese him that way. He's only got a 1-star imbalance of efficacy in everything. So yeah. Well, the best bet you have is actually trying to burn him. Admittedly, 20% is not a good chance to burn, but if you do manage to, you know, burn him, then he will actually be taking like just a 10% of his max HP a turn. So yeah. Oh, God. Yep. Better idea. So on him getting the crit turn. Oh, okay, there we go. I was about to say that would suck if I wasn't able to actually make use of it to hit both of them.
Silky dance!
Oh yeah, did I neglect to mention this boss can summon up those little buddies of his whenever he feels like? Because he can. Yeah, it can also absorb one of your party members, and hey, guess what? They're not allowed to do anything.
Give it up.
My turn.
Not sure if evasion will actually let you get out of that. What just happened? Oh yeah, she's gonna be stuck in there until we do enough damage to rip her out.
Go. Burn to ash.
My turn. Sorry, can you handle this?
I'll handle this. Light.
Heavenly Gifts is gonna be so useful in this fight. One of the biggest problems with this fight is just the fact that it lasts so long.
My turn. Here we go.
Can you actually spit her out yet? Oh, God damn it, she's gonna be dead before she actually gets out, isn't she?
Here we go. Too slow.
Damn it.
Okay.
Those two dead too. And of course they're too separated for me to actually smack both of them with one move. And she's gonna have to go second. She should be able to scuff rip her out. Yep, she did.
Right.
Why reviving Balm on yourself? Serum powders. She's too far away to actually revive her. Oh my god.
Arcus activated. My turn. Here we go.
Oh, she killed one at least.
Huh?
You have my thanks.
Okay, that revived with a lot less HP than I was hoping. Oh, really? This guy hates Laura.
My
Now she
turn.
did.
Burn to ash. Now's our chance.
And we can't burst because she's sucked up at the moment. Damn it.
My turn.
Let's have her run up and hit him. Yes, I am trying to, you know, get them next to each other so that she can have only gift.
Light.
He was almost out, so... Crap. God damn it.
Too slow.
Wasn't strong enough.
My turn.
Well, at least she came back to life from that.
You have my thanks.
I'll handle it.
Oh yeah, another issue that I forgot to bring up. The boss is fast and is
Here we go.
completely ridiculous in that regard. Like seriously, the dude's gonna be multi-turning us. Damn it. Okay, I guess you can dodge that if you get sucked up. Oh yeah, and it gets
Okay.
healed every time that happens. So yeah! This boss is a bitch.
I can do this.
I would have to say probably the biggest dick move is just the fact that you can't really use most of your normal strategies. This is nothing but a big, long-ass beatdown.
Shatter!
Too slow. I'll handle it.
I swear, we have to seal feet dance just to get Reem free. There we go.
I can do this.
Why doesn't any of your moves move you, Alyssa?
My turn. Shatter! Off guard.
First part is gonna take forever for Fee to get another turn because I had her use Seal Feet dance.
Too slow. Go.
Yeah, that's one way to put it, Skylar. This fight wouldn't really be that bad if it didn't just screw most of your operating texts by this point in the game.
Go.
I've got you.
Too slow.
I'll handle it.
I mean, doing the whole like shining thing to prevent all damage is one of the few ways you can actually get
can do
through
this.
this fight without, you know, getting your ass handed to you in the worst way possible. And she really needs to move.
My turn. Shatter! Now!
Broken.
Here we go. Burn to ash.
I mean, I know it's supposed to be the final boss, and the final boss, of course, should actually be a pretty tough fight. It's just, I hate it when games use that as an excuse to just say screw your combat conventions. You no longer get to try to fight smart and intelligently to try to get through your challenges. No, you just gotta make sure you're this strong or you're boned. He needs to heal herself. Oh hey, someone actually burned him.
I'll handle it. Here we go.
It really shouldn't be allowed to. I guess the best way I can put it, it really shouldn't be allowed to get its HP back from the whole drain thing. That is easily the biggest issue this fight has.
Off guard.
Broken.
Here we go.
I mean, because of that, you basically need to make sure you can do this amount of damage, or else you're not getting through this fight. This fight will just go on for eternity until you die and run out of resources.
Here we go. I can do
Of
this.
course, now. Oh, crap. No matter what I do, the boss is gonna get a crit now. I don't actually have the enough people with their S breakup to prevent it.
Rain upon us.
Azure flames, gather on my blade.
It heals. Basically, it steals 20% of whoever it absorbs HP. That's how it works.
My turn.
Oh, he actually delayed it. Okay, wait. No, it lost its turn. Why did it pass its turn?
Here we go. Got it.
An opening! My turn.
Yeah, Laura needs to heal herself. We saw the kind of damage it could do earlier, and she's in one-shot
I can do
territory.
this.
Come her her heavenly gift.
Okay.
I don't mind having Fia and Reen standing next to each other, since their whole their evasion makes them basically immune to all of his normal attacks. But if Laura was over there, she would definitely be getting smacked every time something happened. Because let's face it, Elisa needs that. Oh wait, is this? Oh damn it! Yep. He just got absorbed. Crap.
My turn.
That's what I can think of to do this. Yeah, screw you, buddy.
The Arcade School. Radiant Blade Dance.
I don't think it got stunned. I don't think it's actually able to be stunned. There we go.
My turn.
Let's see, it's... Oh, it has a 20%, well, it reduces all faint chances by 5, basically, divided by 5. So there is a very small chance for him to actually get fainted. Wait. Crap. Like, I don't want to waste the auto crit we're getting here.
Here we go. Got it.
An opening.
Oh crap, here's this big move. We should all survive this though. Ooh, yeah.
My turn.
Most of our characters actually avoided it due to their, due to the shining effect.
Turn to ash.
Wait, did I just? It got fainted.
Not here.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. But yeah, it definitely seems like 8,000 is the bare minimum of HP you need to live through what this guy's got. Oh crap, not again. He's gonna crit. No, actually I guess we can do it this way.
Now,
Oh.
let's get this over with.
Understood.
Here we go. Silky dance.
So what, Skylar?
That's that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't care about your EP, dude.
Hey.
I swear at this point we can't really use most of our arts and our crafts unless we're above 100. Just to keep him from giving us the screw
can
you
do
auto
this.
crit.
Light. Rain upon us.
Does that mean it
My
turns
turn.
into a handsome prince if you kiss it? Yeah, we're actually doing pretty good on our damage here. This fight alone took me so long in my first playthrough of this game. Like, you have no idea how long this fight took.
Hey.
She's over 100.
Oh no, you don't.
You saw.
Nothing like an evasion cover tank. I'm not totally certain how that would work out exactly. Oh, she put him to sleep!
Here we go.
Okay, if we put him to sleep, let's spend our time trying to... Now let's get... Let Alyssa have a shining.
My turn.
Let's see, she's gonna get impassioned in a second. Honestly, Phoebe, Laura, and Reen are all really good in physical. Oh, you kidding me? I hate that. He misses his turn. Ooh, hey, we get a full set of turns for us now.
Here we go. Got it.
An opening!
Here we go.
Well then.
Burn to ash. Ha! Go.
I got you. Right. Light. Rain upon us.
Right!
Okay, pretty much everyone has an impassion up and a shining.
Shatter! Now! Broken.
My turn.
Yeah, it's not exactly a good thing, I will agree.
Here we go. Got it.
An opening!
Here we go. Burn to ash.
Come on, get burned.
My turn.
Nope. Oh,
Here we go.
looks like Green's impassion is almost worn off.
Of course!
You know what? Put that back on to
can do this.
Alyssa. Ah, I can't get both of them that nice.
Rain upon us.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
Okay. Here we go.
I'll admit, this fight is definitely going a lot easier than my first run through, but then again, I actually went to the fight knowing what happened.
Too slow.
Of course!
And I actually set two characters up to be complete and total dodge tanks.
Shatter! All star! Broken.
My turn. Burn to ash. Ha!
I also, well, when my first run through, I did not realize the importance of speed in this game. So this is kind of like my first time actually having my characters, you know, be fast. Yeah, looks like Laura needs that too.
My turn. Here we go.
I could have sworn this boss had the ability to summon the minions it started out with.
An opening!
Oh, here comes the big move again.
Too slow.
It's kind of funny being able to counter his screw you, take damage move. So...
Thanks.
Here we go. Burn to ash. Ha! Go.
I got you. I'll handle it. Here we go.
Oh, there it goes! And oh crap! Woo, that was close. He almost got to use that crit because, well, call allies basically means he's gonna automatically get the next turn anyway.
State school! Radiant blade dance!
Oh, she got it! Elliot's not too happy about this. Everyone but the cat is really, oh god.
Take heed, Awakener. Here exists a fragment of the great power. The flame and the jaws that devour the world.
Okay, are you Graf from Xenogears? You grant unto me the glorious mother of destruction?
Emma, you have to see this through to the end.
Hey, can you hear me? Pull yourself together.
Are you all right? We're back where we were?
Oh, Croak.
Was that all just a dream?
Phew. They don't seem to be any worse for wear, at least.
Don't scare us like that. We had no idea what happened to you.
You're all here too. So, what was that, Emma?
I believe what we experienced was some sort of vision, which would mean what we saw wasn't, strictly speaking, real. But it does seem like in overcoming it, we managed to pass the trial that was mentioned earlier. The fact that Instructor Sarah and the others are here supports that idea too.
So, wait.
The fact that they're here means...
Everything's back to normal?
What do you mean,
Sure looks like
seriously?
it. The bell stopped ringing, and that field of energy around the building is gone.
We won't know for sure without a more thorough investigation. But it looks like the building's gone back to normal, too.
Well, that's the best news I've heard all night. So now we can go ahead and have the festival tomorrow, just like it should be, right?
Sorry, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
But
Why? Everything's back to normal now, isn't it?
Oh, come on, Sarah. That just ain't cool. I know there's no guarantee this won't happen again, but even still.
Oh, come on, Instructor. They're too tired to get your jokes.
The festival can't go on tomorrow like she said. But that's because it's after midnight now. So, it'll be happening today.
Oh, Sarah, you troll.
oh,
I see. I didn't realize it had gotten that late already.
You really had me going there.
It's too late for your humor, Sarah.
It's 20 minutes past midnight right now. And considering the principal only gave you until midnight, I think you all should be marching straight to bed. After all, you've got your big show coming up this afternoon.
you bet we do.
All right, let's head back to the dorms, take a quick shower, then go...
Yeah, you really thought we were done?
What?
The door!
We gotta get our reward first.
Huh? Where'd that red jewel go?
I don't know. It seems to have vanished.
Hey, look.
What?
Whoa.
Our reward is a friggin' giant robot.
Wow, top marks! I'm so proud of you.
And with that,
I've got a little reward
we have
here for you.
gotten, I do believe we have gotten every AP in the game. 440.
Drinks are on me someday.
I have no idea what the middle of the dawn does, though.
Perfect! You guys are the best!
Yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about, how the epilogue of this game basically teases us for giant robot combat in the next game. Because oh my, shit's about to hit the fan. There's a reason why I titled today's stream like that. Oh, first we have to get our concert off. Good, this shouldn't feel any different than our rehearsals. The only difference is that all that space out there will be filled with a crowd of people. But that's the worst part. Oh, no, you're not getting out of this now. Girls gotta be brave. Hoorah! Time to go out there and knock those boys dead with a sexy wink. Eustace, Machias, how are you guys feeling? I'm fine about everything except this pairing. Well, at least we agree on something. If you got the energy to bicker, we got the energy to do this show. Look at us now, you never guessed at the ordeal we went through last night. You're telling me. That great night in the depths of the old schoolhouse was enormous. Look like it has proper joints, so I doubt it's just a statue. It's got a posable action figure with kung fu grip. I'll bet it can move, just like those archaisms the terrorists are using. An astute assessment. Question then is, who left it here and for what purpose? Must have been down here for hundreds of years at the very least. And in fact, the latest it could have been placed there is the Dark Ages. Yes, that's true. It certainly isn't something that would be created with the level of technology we have today. Is it really okay to leave it with the instructors? I feel like we should be, I don't know, investigating it or something? Well, we didn't really have another option. We have enough on our plate with this concert as it is. Yeah, my mother and grandfather should be coming later today, so we could always ask them to take a look. Well, for now, I just stay focused on the concert. Your family should be here pretty soon, right? Oh, is it that late already? Yeah, I guess it is almost time for my dad to show up. I guess I better go out to meet my brother. I suppose I should excuse myself as well. Okay, see y'all before the main event. Alright, give my best to your families. Okay, guess it's time to head down to the horse races and see who's looking to place a friendly wager or 3. Today's visitors seem even more well off than yesterday's, so I should be able to net myself a little spending cash. Come on, Fee, Mishy Panic's calling our names. I won't let you beat my top score. You're on. Laterine, Emma. Alright, catch you later. Don't go causing too much trouble for the other classes, you hear? And Crow, at least try to keep the gambling in moderation, okay? Moderation. Such a familiar sounding word. Be sure not to fill up on sweets. I don't want you to make yourself sick before the concert. Yeah. Aye, aye, ma'am. Your little sister should be here soon too, right? Yeah, I told her I'd meet her by the front gate around 10. She said she might run a little late though, so I think I have some time. Really seem to be looking forward to her visit. I'm sure she'll enjoy seeing the festival with you. I can make it through the morning without her nitpicking me. It'll be a minor miracle. Gonna check in with the literature club? I am. I feel bad about leaving everything to Dorothy. I think I'll walk around the campus with Celine too, though. Oh, gotcha. Aren't you gonna ask about Celine and me? Not to mention everything that happened last night. Well, like Maki said, we have enough on our plate with this concert right now. Just want to spend the morning taking the festival with Elise, and then be ready to go for our concert this afternoon. Rean. Besides, it's not like you and Celine know everything there is to know about the old schoolhouse either, right? You had a couple times last night when you seemed like you were as surprised as the rest of us. You noticed that, huh? You're right, though. There's still plenty about that building that we don't know either. And as for the armor sleeping in its depths, I only know a few ancient legends regarding it. I see. Still, would you be willing to share what you know with us after the festival's over? I would. I'm afraid I won't be able to share everything, but I'll be able to tell you a fair amount. That's good enough for me. I'm glad you're here with us, Emma. Let's give the crowd a real show to remember this afternoon. Of course. Alright, at least that should be coming in around 10. I've still got a little while before she shows up, so I guess I'll wander around the festival for a while. George said he was going to stay down at the old schoolhouse studying our find from last night. Maybe we should take him something to eat. He seemed so excited he probably forgot to take any food. Make it something sweet. A pie, maybe? I'll just have to hope I can make a good guess of what he'd like. So, wait. Which are we supposed to be doing first? Take a pie to George. Okay. Where do we get said pie, though? Nope, not you. Damn it, Pies, where are you? And why do you hate it so bad? Maybe we're just supposed to go down there then? I don't know. I'm not seeing any other real food stand for us to do that with, and oh hey, Toval. Yo, Rean, it's been a while. Hey, Toval, did you come all this way just for the festival? Of course not. I wish, but sadly I'm mostly here for work. Died along with Viscount Arcade, actually. What would he be doing here? Can't speak for the Viscount, but Toval and I came to swap info. Tensions are on the rise in Crossbell, and the forecast doesn't look pretty. That's why we need to keep as up to date as possible about what's going on. That makes sense. Hold on, did you say swap info? With who? Toby, long time no see, and here he comes now. Who is this person? Oh, it's the pawn shop dude. But how many damn times had I told you to see me first if you're ever interested? You're never gonna be a productive member of society if you can't take some friendly advice, Toby. How many times do I have to tell you? Stop calling me Toby! Enough of the life advice. You're not my dad, you're just old enough to be. I wouldn't have expected the two of you to be acquainted. Heh, once upon a time I took care of this little runt. You could say that since the two of us have been stuck like glue. Yeah, you took care of me, that's your one way to put it. Especially if you ignore the fact that you used me and turned my life into a freaking bestseller. Ooh, I read that one actually. Your youth must have been quite the roller coaster, but at least it made for some good reading. By the way, who was that sister in it? She was really larger than life. Not the book was stuff this old geezer exaggerated or made up. Okay, sure, I might have bent the truth a little bit in the part where I died. I guess they've known each other for a long time now. As much as I hate to break up the good times, Instructor Sarah and Toval said they were hoping for information. Does that make you their source? I guess you could say that, though I prefer the term information broker. It's really more of a hobby than anything. Running that pawn shop's my main gig. A hobby, says the man holding some of the most dangerous info money can buy. On that note, are you all spend all day flapping our gums, or are we gonna get down to business? Fine, simmer down, lady. You must be pretty dire in Crossbell right about now. I should go. I get the feeling that I'm not meant to hear what they'll be discussing. So wait, are there other scenes we can see then? Hey. It's been some time, Rean. It really has, Viscount Arcade. Good to see you. See you brought Clouts with you. I wouldn't miss Lady Laura's concert even if all my bones were broken. I had to drag myself to this academy. I understand Klaus' appearance, but you have more important matters to attend to than a school concert, Father. Glad to see you both made it, but it would be a lie to say I'm not worried. That's a point. Was it okay for you to leave the Courageous? Your fears are misplaced. The situation abroad may be somewhat shaky, but the Courageous isn't a military vessel. While I and the crew think it's regrettable we've reached this point, it's not our place to intervene. We intend to escort Prince Oliver to the peace talks, nothing more, nothing less. I see. That's what's going on in Crossbell. However, our duties does not change the fact that we are here for a brief respite. My lord, please purge all thoughts of political machinations from your mind and enjoy yourself while you're here. My thoughts exactly. In fact, I'd like to take this opportunity to finally explore your academy. Would you mind guiding us around, Laura? If you so desire. Have a good time, you three. Celine's taken an interest in the festival too, so I've been showing her around a little. It's a nice feeling knowing we can relax and enjoy ourselves like this after last night's ordeal. I'm glad we were able to resolve the problem with the old schoolhouse. Couldn't agree more. Looks genuinely relieved. Let's see, anybody else we recognize? Oh, for a second there I thought that was Heinrich. Huh. Kind of expect Eustace to be around here. But then again, I guess everybody wouldn't just be outside, you know? Some of them are probably inside. Wait. Oh, jeez. Wait. Why is that outfit so embarrassing? It's your normal school outfit, except you have an apron on. That's it. Don't see anybody here. Oh god. Still, I hear young Marcus' grades place him comfortably at the top of his class. You must be incredibly proud. I'm certainly pleased from an academic perspective, but I'm amazed by Eustace's balance of academics and athleticism. Despite his many achievements, he always looks so calm and composed. He clearly took after you in that regard. Well, I can't say I saw this coming. I've heard the two of them will be singing together during Class 7's concert. What would you say to sitting together during the performance? It only seems fitting after all. You can't be serious. Haha, what a marvelous idea. I would be happy to. I can only hope that my son doesn't bring your brother any embarrassment on stage. Dad! From opposing fashions, but I guess their duties here would have them interacting quite a bit. It actually seems like they're pretty good friends too. Oh, and no, that's not someone I recognize. That was the whole Rhineford crew together. So everything's okay back at the company then? Surprised you managed to find the time to make it over here. Especially with everything that's happening in Crossbell. As I've told you before, time is something you make, not something you find. And as member of the board of directors in Academy Festival is exactly what I needed to make time for. How else would I be able to see how the Academy is being run? My, what impressive time management! I can only hope your logistical wizardry helps you put the pieces of my company back together. That's supposed to be a jab as my new self-supporting account system. You may not have noticed, but times have changed. Increasing efficiency is the only way a corporation can remain successful. Your policies might have worked when you were chairman, but they do nothing but hurt the company if enacted today. Funny how all that efficiency makes communication and cooperation between divisions so much harder. That's just what happens when a corporation develops and grows. A problem perhaps, but a necessary one. Bah! Will you two just drop it? You haven't seen each other in 5 years, and the first thing you do is start arguing? I, for one, am overjoyed to see how well these two get along. Well, what do you mean well? Are we talking about the same people? I think this might actually be how they get along. Yeah, there's the principal. Oh. Guess the conference room's locked. Look at them both take it all in, especially Toma. This is the first time he set foot outside of the Highlands, after all. You can almost see his eyes sparkling. I'm sure he's having a great time. Same here. My decision to come to Thor's means that now Toma's been able to see another part of the world for himself. Who knows, perhaps this is the way the winds and the gods want it to be. Green, it's good to see you again. Sorry to bother you out of the blue. Now to see you two can make it all the way out here. I heard you two ran into trouble on the way here. What happened? Well, we stayed the night at my house in Heimdall yesterday, you see. Phantoma here thought it would be a great idea to get lost while exploring the city. It wasn't my fault. How was I supposed to know it would be so big or be so full of people? Don't worry, I had just the same reaction when I first visited. At least they found you safe and sound. How are things back in Nord? Over here, it's hard not to feel the tension of the Crossbell border, but I'm curious if it's the same there. Promise it hasn't really had any effect on Nord. Should things take a turn for the worse, Zendergate is ready to act. Lieutenant General Vander seems to have a handle on the situation, though. He also got his permission to go through real quickly. Sounds like we have a lot to thank him for. Indeed, hope I'll have the chance to do so personally at some point. But that's enough of the serious talk. Have a good time today, both of you. Will do! See, don't see anyone we recognize in here. Oh. Here's Elliot and his family. Elliot, my boy, why do you shrink from your father's loving embrace? Because it's embarrassing. You wanna help me out, please? This is the first time we've been together in so long. Wouldn't it be right for me to intrude on your bonding time? Unless, however, Dad gets too carried away, in which case he should expect a severe scolding later. Well, you resemble your mother more with each passing day, Fiona. It's like Fiona rules the roost here. Now, Rean! Oh, nice to see you, Rean. It's been too long. Agreed. Thank you for coming, Lieutenant General. I know you're incredibly busy. Think nothing of it. Nothing in the world would keep me from seeing my beloved son take the stage by storm. Admittedly, this does make things more difficult for Neidhart. He's like really at Fortress right now, right? That he is. I've left him in charge of maintaining contact with the other armor divisions. If Archer's circumstances weren't quite so precarious, I would have allowed him to remain here to attend the festival. But I bet anything he'll be a commander someday, so I figured he might as well get some good experience in. I suppose so. Things must be really tense over in Crossbell. Still no sympathy for your subordinates, I see. God's mercilessness aside, best of luck on your performance, Elliot. Try to put on a show that will leave even this stubborn old man flabbergasted. Old man? I'll definitely try. Besides, I've got to prove that I've come a long way since I first entered the academy. And the rest of us will be there to help you do so. Let's see, who's left? See, haven't seen Milliam or Crow. But then again, it's not like they have family members around here. Oh crap. I'm stuck! Okay, there we go. Now that was awkward. I don't see anybody hanging around up here. Oh, there's Fia and Milliam, and oh, hey! This is some great pie, isn't it? It really is. Reminds me of the pie your mom used to bake for us. It really does. Nobody in town makes better pies. Aw, those two are getting along. Oh, there you are. Are you two already done looking at the attractions? Not a chance. We're just taking an itsy-bitsy little break. You're locked in a deathmatch, and the upper hand is mine. You're not taking me down that easy. I've turned the tables before, and I will turn the tables again. I don't know if I've ever seen you this serious, Milliam. I'm gonna win and tell Lecter all about it later. I bragged to him sooner, but he couldn't end up making it to the festival. Captain from the Intelligence Division. Yeah, he went off to Crossbell this morning. And once again, Milliam casually reveals military secrets to everyone within earshot. What could have happened that they needed him in Crossbell so quickly? Things must be really bad over there. Oh yeah, I can actually just hit square to see where everybody is. I think we've ran into all of our friends then. Oh no, wait, I actually haven't talked to Toa yet, have I? Where is Toa? Go to her out in front. Oh, there she is. There we go. Maureen just finished guiding the directors over the main hall. How about you go and meet them? Three minds think alike, just about to head over that way. Also, have you heard anything from Angelica by any chance? Well, she hasn't gotten in touch, so I don't know if she'll make it. Let me see. Sorry, that's not the kind of thing I should be talking about when you got a concert to focus on. Sister's coming along to see it too, right? All the more reason to put on a great show. Alright, this needs to be spectacular. Okay, we talked to all of our friends, so I guess now let's just go to the old school building to go talk to George. Don't know where Crow went off to. Well, I tell a lie. I do know what he's off doing, but I can't say. I don't think of it. Isn't George down on the 7th floor? Still got a while before release arrives. Maybe I should take him something to eat. He should be close now, so I better see George and head back up before she gets here. Wait, forgot to actually buy him something. Whoops. Guess I'll go grab something tasty from one of the nearby stalls. Thank you, Warps. Oh. Okay, I guess Crow is down here. I thought he was doing something else.
What's up, Reen?
I see curiosity got the better of you too, eh?
No helping that, I guess. I wondered if maybe you'd found out anything about it. Oh, I brought you a little something to eat, too.
Oh, thanks. I was just thinking I could use a little sugary pick-me-up to get my brain back on track. Oh, this is one tasty-looking apple pie.
That's an apple pie.
I'm feeling all fired up now.
You seem pretty taken with this thing, huh? Can't say I blame you, though.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Whatever it is. So, what do we know so far?
I'm glad you asked. The deeper I look into it, the more fascinating it seems. It's not just a statue or anything like that. You can see those joints. This thing's clearly capable of movement. And on top of that, it's made of, well, something I can hardly even begin to describe.
Some unknown metal, then?
It's definitely not iron. And it's not one of those recently discovered special alloys either. It's some kind of fiendishly strong material that has properties of both metals and ceramics. If you knew how to manufacture it, you'd rake in so much money it'd make your head spin.
Wow. You think there's a possibility that it might be an ancient artifact?
Nah.
You mean like something from the era before the Septian calendar?
I can't rule out the possibility, but in this case, my gut's telling me no. Artifacts are like black boxes. Not only do we not know what they're made from, we don't even know how they were made. This thing at least shows signs it was put together by some exceptionally skilled craftsmen and engineers. You can see it most clearly in the ornamental detailing in the joints.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Still, that basically sums up everything I do know. I've got no idea when it was made or who could even have built it. It'd help if we could at least figure out something about whoever piloted it, but no such luck there.
Piloted?
You telling me someone's actually supposed to crawl inside this thing?
Well, the measurements I've taken seem to indicate a hollow area in the chest, and it's just the right size to accommodate a single person. If I could just find some way to get it open.
We could completely change genres, man.
Man, it's hard to imagine that some crazy person used to strap themselves inside this thing and run around. Jellica would be happier than a pig in a mud hole if she could see this.
No doubt about that. It's not looking like she'll be able to make it to the festival, though.
It's sad things ended up the way they did.
Hey, don't you guys go getting all weepy on me now. It's still morning. I'll bet she'll just turn up out of nowhere this afternoon like nothing even happened. And then she'll waltz right into the after party and round up all the hottest babes for herself. Again.
Still sore, are we?
It feels like so long ago now. To think that was just last year. You're right, though. It's hard to imagine her just staying put when she knows there's a party going on. I mean, I'm not trying to get my hopes up too much, but this is Angie we're talking about.
You got that right. But hey, the festival's in full swing. We should be seeing the sights, not What do you say the three of us cruise the campus and see if we can score some honeys?
No can do. My sister should be showing up soon, and I promised I'd show her around. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later.
All right, have fun. I think I'll pass on the honey hunting, but I guess it's a good time to pack it in for today. I don't want to miss your concert later. I'm looking forward to seeing what you've been practicing all this time.
Well, I hope we don't disappoint.
I'm surprised no one's being amazed by, you know, the whole teleporter system in there. Almost 10 a.m., which means Liz should be here any minute now. That'd be good to make my way to the front gate and wait for her. Wait. Oh, no, wait, those are different people.
Sorry for keeping you waiting.
Oh, Rean. Is something the matter? You look awfully tired. Did something happen?
Nothing, I just got my own giant robot.
You can tell, huh? I was running all over yesterday. Mainly rehearsals for our concert today and some other tests last night.
Tests? During the festival? My, they certainly don't go easy on you here. Maybe you should go get some rest. You have your concert coming up this afternoon after all. I can look around on my own just fine. Though, honestly, if you're not feeling well, I'd rather take care of you.
It's nothing to worry yourself over. Really. I got enough sleep last night to keep me going strong today. If I tried to rest now, it might actually sap my energy. Besides, you came all the way out from Heimdall to visit. I'd rather spend the day with you instead. I can only hang out till noon, though. After that, we've got our final prep for the concert.
Rean. Well, if you insist. If you want to keep me company that much, I'd be happy to oblige. What should we see first, then?
Oh, maybe we can start with Class 2's indoor garden. How's that sound?
I went around the academy together and I showed her all the different attractions on display. Good old perverted old man trope.
I took Elise around on a grand tour of the festival. We stopped by all the big class attractions, bumped into a lot of my classmates and their families, and even ran into instructor Sarah and a couple second years. By the time we'd finished seeing everything and chatting with everyone, the morning was nearly over.
Sounds like that would take more than just the morning.
Schwarzer?
Patrick? Oh, looks like Celestine's out enjoying the festivities too.
I believe you are a son of the High Arms family?
Lady Elise, you're looking simply splendid today. I was hoping you might be able to make it. How utterly heartless of you to not tell me she'd be visiting. Is that any way to treat your bosom buddy? Your dear friend?
Okay.
Wait, when did we become dear friends?
A good day to you, Master Rean. And you must be his younger sister, who I've heard so much about.
Great, Patrick has the hots for her sister.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Elise Schwarzer. It's good to see you well, Lord Patrick.
Please, please. There's no need for such formalities between us. Just call me Patrick. Ah, I know. Why don't we take this opportunity to stroll the campus together? Schwarzer, what are you doing? What problem could you possibly have with my taking this chance to foster good relations between our families?
See, that's all well and good, but Elise hasn't made her debut into high society quite yet. Which means it's her brother's duty to shoo away the unwanted pests.
Rean?
Must you always be such a tyrant when it comes to your sister?
Come along, Master Patrick. It
Bitch,
would be
I will end
unseemly
you.
to disrupt such a beautiful display of familial dedication. There are still preparations to be made for the operetta, so I suggest we depart to tend to those soon.
A bell?
Oh, that's the noon chime. Was it really that late already?
I suppose I must turn away empty-handed for now. But I hope you're prepared, Schwarzer. When this day is over, we'll know without a doubt which of our classes is the greater.
Hey, our class has a giant robot, but you
I
got
already know, but I guess you're about to find out. Looking forward to seeing your A game.
I think you overestimate your chances. Victory is as good as mine. I hope you'll be dazzled by my spectacular stage presence, Lady Elise. And assuming you'll be attending the after-party this evening, it would be my pleasure to share a dance with...
Master Patrick, I suggest we hurry to the auditorium. Your classmates are waiting for you.
Even Celestin is like, dude, give it a rest.
If you'll excuse us, Master Rean, Lady Elise.
You go to school with some rather amusing people. I would have expected a son of one of the 4 great houses to be a lot less approachable than that.
Well, class and titles can only tell you so much. Getting to know Eustace and Angelica really drove that home. At the end of the day, even the most distinguished nobles are more than just their family lineage. Though I can't really say Patrick and I are on the best of terms.
Well, if not a good friend, at least he seems to make for a spirited rival, judging by your exchange back there. It's so nice to see all these places you mentioned in your letters, too.
But haven't you seen the school before,
I guess you really
Elise?
did make the right decision coming here after all.
Yeah, I really did. I feel lucky to have been chosen for Class 7, too. They can be an odd bunch, but I couldn't imagine my life without them now.
Thank you so much for showing me around. I wish we could spend longer together, but I know you're busy this afternoon. I'll be fine wandering around by myself for a few hours, so go on and start getting ready for your concert.
I'm really sorry to have to leave you flying solo. And maybe a little nervous now. How many other well-heeled nobles are going to crawl out of the woodwork to escort you around the festival?
I appreciate your concern, but I'm not a child anymore, you know? Tee hee. The two of you really are the portrait of sibling affection.
What?
I know that voice anywhere. Your Highness!
And
Run, Elise, she's gonna troll you!
Good afternoon, Your Highness.
Token position though it may be, I am the chairman of the board. It's only proper that I pay a visit. I would have liked to come yesterday as well, but I'm afraid I was tied up with a few official duties.
Can you believe I had to beg him to take me along? But this is the festival! I couldn't miss it. In fact, I haven't seen you since we met at the summer festival.
Right. It's a pleasure to see you again, Your Highness. Did you come as their escort captain?
Basically. I was asked to step in on short notice to handle the security detail. I've been told Class 7 is performing a concert this afternoon. Best of luck with that.
Thanks.
Oh yes, when will the concert be starting, by the way? I'm afraid I didn't have the time to do any research beforehand. They'll be starting around 3 p.m. Although I think another of the classes will be performing an operetta before that. Still, you could have at least told me you'd be coming. This isn't the first time you've done this. Well, I was hoping to catch the two of you clutching each other in the torrid embrace of forbidden love.
Well, we know what kind of fanfic she's writing.
Sounds like your concert is shaping up to be a grand time, though. Would you mind terribly if I tore off my shirt and leapt on stage to join you all midway through?
We're mostly just amateurs when it comes to music, so I'm not sure that'd be such a good idea. You know, I don't see Major Vander around. Is he not with you today?
Unfortunately not. You've probably heard a few rumblings about it already. There's been another development in the Crossbell situation today.
I thought so. The Imperial Army is considering military action, aren't they?
Well, try not to worry yourself about that right now. If it helps put you at ease, I can't really see there being a war, regardless of what happens. The gulf in military power between our two nations is far too wide. It would be suicide for them to try to fight us.
Unless giant
Calvert
robots
Republic
got in the
isn't
mix.
standing idle either. So I imagine it'll end up a deadlock between superpowers. Under ordinary circumstances, I probably would have passed on coming today. But I thought that coming here with Alphen might actually alleviate tensions. Governor Regnitz, Rufus, and Chairman Arena are all here as well. I would presume they share the same opinion. Right now, you've got a concert to give, and I want you to focus all your energies on making it one to remember. Not for me or Alfin, or even for your schoolmates. Do it for yourself.
Thank you, Your Highness. We'll give it all we have up there today.
What's all this chit-chatting over here, you two?
How could you not hear
Care
him?
to let us in on your little gentleman's club?
And spill the secrets of our man-to-man bonding? Perish the thought. Anyway, Alfin and I would be happy to escort Elise around while you're indisposed. We'll bring her along to your concert, of course, so you needn't worry about a thing.
Thank you, Your Highness. I'd really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Good luck. I'll be praying for your success. I look forward to seeing you shine up there on the stage.
Okay, I guess I should head over to the auditorium now. We have to take care of some last-minute preparations, and I suppose I should catch Class 1's operetta, too.
I was about to say, aren't they performing their operetta on that stage? What preparations would you be doing in the auditorium for that? I guess their performance is done, or are they just getting started?
That was incredible.
Well, I'm impressed. I had no idea how much work they'd put into this.
Well, I have to confess, it's better than I'd anticipated.
That's going to be one tough act to follow. Can we really measure up?
Now I'm not so sure. Are people really going to be into our songs after
Fun.
seeing a performance like that?
Come on, don't start getting all wishy-washy on me now. If your rehearsals are anything to go by, you're gonna bring down the house.
You really think so?
She's right. We'll be fine.
Our concert packs more than enough impact. Don't overthink this too much. You just gotta believe.
This is no time to start doubting.
Why do I
ourselves.
suddenly get Parappa the Rappa flashbacks there?
What more can we give than our best?
Well, hopefully, all those practice sessions help us get it right when we're in the spotlight. As soon as Class 1 clears out their set and props, we need to start setting everything up.
Roger. I'm so excited I could explode!
When are you not excited?
We're coming in, okay?
Toa? George?
Here to give a little comfort to the weary soldiers fighting the good fight?
I'll let you be the judge of that.
Actually, we have a special guest who insisted on seeing you.
Coming in.
Yeah, I figured it'd be Angelica, and oh gosh, she's gonna hit on all the girls, isn't she?
It couldn't be.
Holy crap, she's wearing a dress.
Angelica?
What madness is
Looks
this?
like I made it just in time for the main event. Kinda disappointed I missed the operetta, though. Heard Class 1 was really on fire.
You made it!
Just barely.
But man, when did you get to be such a babe?
Well, a good suit and tie are more to my taste. But this was part of the deal I made with my dad to let me come. He said I could visit the festival if I agreed to...
Oh, whoops.
So, here I am, dress and all. You better get a good look now. Who knows when I'll wear something like this again.
Well, if that's your aim, you're certainly dressed for victory.
Yeah, but I think it might draw out your charm a little too well. Most normal people would take one look at you and think you're completely out of their league.
You do look lovely, though. Thanks, but honestly, I've got nothing on the rest of you fair maidens.
Ah! Angelica!
Nothing like the pure fresh scent of a woman.
Nothing like some good old sexual harassment, but it's okay because it's girl on girl.
All I've had to look at since going back home is my dad's grumpy old face. I'm in heaven right now.
Good grief.
Well, I suppose some things never change.
Come on, Angie.
All right, I've got my fix. Time to move on to my little ladies. So warm, so soft.
Seriously, Angelica, you're kind of a sexual predator, aren't you?
That tickles!
I should have seen this coming.
Angie, don't get too carried away now.
You do know they could file a sexual harassment claim, right?
It's good to have her back.
I'm so glad she managed to make it after all.
I don't know why you guys really
like
cared
the
that
winds are
much.
favoring us
I
today.
mean, Angelica's only really interacts with Crow and Reen. Why does anybody else really care about her?
I'm looking forward to your concert. From what I hear, you've got quite the show in store for all of us. Don't go getting yourselves too wound up. Just remember what you practice, put your all into it, and I'm sure the audience will be right there along with you.
Yeah, it's your time to shine. Go on and have the time of your lives, guys.
Good luck out there.
Good.
I don't think anybody actually said thank you for everything there.
Thank you for your patience, everyone. Next, our Academy's very first Class 7 is proud to present a concert.
Isn't that the song that usually plays when Reen's giving a speech or something before a big battle? No, the game is not ending yet. I haven't actually gotten to the part of my stream title yet, Skylar. Wait, who's actually supposed to be playing the violin in this song?
That brings us to the end of Class 7's performance.
Maybe the keyboard piano,
All
maybe.
for coming out. What?
Ladies and gents, you've been a wonderful crowd. And we've heard your cheers loud and clear. So without further ado, I give you our third and final song.
And suddenly she's singing in Japanese. Wait, it looks like everybody on stage is supposed to be singing there, but only Emma's being heard, really.
Everyone, join in!
Man, Oliver, you have such a feminine singing voice. Also, where are the guitars in on the song? This is crap. Now that looks like a big bonfire that they're setting up for there.
I'm exhausted.
I'm hungry. I can't feel my feet. I guess that qualifies as a success then, right?
Well, the crowd sure seemed pretty enthusiastic.
As if I had the mental energy to care about what the crowd thought.
I suppose that's the difference between professional musicians and amateurs like us.
I don't think you guys need to worry. We did just fine.
I'll say, the audience's reaction to our encore piece was even better than I'd hoped for.
I guess your plan paid off then.
Sorry.
His line get cut off there?
Oh, it's you.
Honestly, this is what bothers me so much about this class. I know you're tired. We're all tired. But that doesn't excuse this level of indolence.
What concern is it of yours?
At least you could let us bask in the afterglow of our performance before the moment fades.
Still, I gotta hand it to you guys. You really pulled out all the stops for that operetta.
It was really something. You could take that act to the theater and perform to a sold-out crowd.
Great casting, too. Paris fit her role to a T.
I wasn't sure what to expect, but I really enjoyed it.
You did? Well, I can't say I'm surprised, though. Given the raw level of talent on display, who'd expect anything less than perfection? Wait, are you mocking me? If you're all languid and moping around, how do you think we feel? Show a little dignity at least.
Huh? What are you going on about?
Aha! We did it, didn't we?
Oh, pulling that third song out of nowhere is hardly what I'd call fair play. You even had me singing along. I can't even consider our little wager still valid after that.
Wait, we had a wager?
Good day.
What was that all about?
I'm not even sure. It didn't seem like he came here just to thumb his nose at us.
Congrats, everyone! You did it!
Huh? what brings you all here?
Is something wrong? You guys are so worn down, you totally forgot, didn't you?
Remember a certain little poll where festival attendees get to vote on their favorite attraction? Well, the results are in.
Oh, now that you mention it.
We were so busy, I completely forgot about that.
So wait, did we...
They just finished counting up all the votes from the students and the visitors. Good numbers all around, but classes 1 and 7 were the clear favorites.
And this year's winner, with 1,512 votes, is Class 7's concert.
Oh!
Huh. Congrats, guys.
Well, at least that's over.
Make it sound like you weren't part of that reign.
Aw, come on, is that it? That's all the enthusiasm you can muster?
Well, after seeing all the other attractions for myself, I feel almost as proud of the other classes as I do us.
For what it's worth, my brother and Charles seem to have had a great time.
Mishy Panic was an unsung gem.
Now that it's over, it feels a little unsportsmanlike for us to be the only ones boasting about our achievements.
Hashtag enthusiasm.
If anything, seeing everyone having a good time feels like a victory for the whole academy.
Yep, every student should feel proud about these last 2 days.
Anyway, I'm here to shake you desk potatoes out of your listless post-festival comas. Or have you forgotten that we still have the after party to enjoy?
Oh yeah, there's that.
I totally forgot. It's a tradition to close out the festival with a big party for the students, their friends, and their families.
There's gonna be bonfires, right? And dancing?
Well, don't just sit there. Everyone's waiting for you.
All the bonfires are set up too, so just make your way over whenever you're ready.
Okay, I think we can muster up the energy for one last event today. What do you say we head on over and enjoy the party?
Right. Woo! Party time!
He fought an Eldritch Horror from beyond the veil. Party! That field seems awfully empty.
Oh.
Burn the school down! Everything burns!
Oh, Mother and Grandfather are still here.
My dad, too.
And my brother, though I can't imagine why.
Elliot, I just wanted to thank you for everything you've done for us.
You mean for the concert?
What brought that on? You got so serious there, I was getting kind of scared.
It's just that our performance today never would have been possible without the two of you guiding it along. I wanted to make sure that you knew how much I appreciate you doing that.
Damn, man. Is making people feel awkward a hobby of yours or something?
Aw, it's no big deal. Besides, it was a real team effort. Everyone played a part. I mean, look at you. You were a fountain of good advice through this whole thing. And honestly, I should be the one thanking everyone.
Huh?
You all helped me rediscover just how much music means to me. Because it's not just about performing by myself. It's about performing together, playing off each other's strengths to make something wonderful. So I should be the one thanking you. This never would have happened if I didn't come to this academy.
Elliot.
Holy hell, are you guys trying to see who can make me cringe the hardest?
Elliot, my boy! Your father's arms are ready and waiting for you to leap into them!
I think Elliot wins.
Does he always have to say that stuff so loudly? Sorry.
He does
I'll
things
see you later,
quietly?
okay?
Yeah, later. This year's festival's been a blast. I'm kinda hoping we can do the same thing next year, too. Though, who knows if Class 7 is even going to exist next year? Crow?
Oh, yeah. Generally, people stay in the same class from their first day to their graduation, but Class 7's basically one giant exception to everything the school's ever done, so who knows?
I guess that has its pluses and its minuses, but no matter what, it's not going to be the same. We won't have you.
If I manage to graduate, at least. Barring any nasty surprises, I'll be in Class 7 till the end of the month. Which means our time as classmates is almost up.
Now that you mention it, yeah. We'll have to see if we can throw you a farewell party around the end of the month then. Can't let you off easy.
Come on, it's no big deal. Trust me, you're still gonna see more than enough of me next year. Sure, I'll have moved out of the dorms, but I'll be sure to stop by once a week to steal some of Sharon's cooking.
You better. Oh, and by the way, I'm not going to have to call you Mr. Armbrust or anything after you graduate, am I? I mean, we've spent so much time together that treating you like a proper adult just wouldn't feel right.
Of course not. And if I ever catch you calling me Mr. Armbrust again, I'm gonna smack you. Oh, yeah. Guess it's about time I gave you this back.
That was an awkward way to catch that.
I completely forgot about it.
It's
You've
my
done
50
so much
bucks.
for me since then. Saving Elise, helping with the concert. Compared to all that, 50 Mura is nothing.
The feeling's mutual. Besides, I never return the mirror that I borrow. Makes that coin extra special. So go on, take it.
Oh, by the way, you know there was interest on this, right? How much do you suppose you really owe me after half a year?
Hello,
Oh,
Kiba.
man, what kind of racket are you running here anyway? I thought you were supposed to be a good kid.
Well, there's this one second year who's taught me a thing or two about making money. To be honest, it feels kind of lonely to think that everything between us is completely settled and done with. So, what do you say? You still owe me?
I swear, the things I do for love. All right, you'll get your stupid interest someday. Maybe.
We have to start singing the bromance song. What, did you one-turn KO him? Behold the whitest of dancing.
Alphen, I am drawn to the party before us like a moth to a flame, like a starving man to a banquet, like beauty to me. What say you we grace the dancers with the gift of our company?
It's as though you read my mind.
Come now, don't waste your time watching. It's time to dance.
No need to worry about formalities tonight. Let's all relax, enjoy ourselves, and maybe let a few secrets slip.
Wait, who were they addressing specifically?
Allow me,
Because
Sharon.
he did not have people actually
Every
reacting to that.
red-blooded boy in this school lines up for a chance.
It would be my honor.
Madam Chairman, might I have this dance?
Of course. Given that our former partners left the dance all too soon, we seem to make for an appropriate pair.
I suppose you're right.
Let the shipping begin.
Instructor, I cannot thank you enough for all you've done for my daughter. I can, however, ask you for the pleasure of this dance.
Really? Ooh, he's just my type, too.
Hmm?
Oh, just talking to myself.
Well, I'll be dancing with all my little kittens by the end of the night. But I suppose I can let you take the first dance.
Well, I don't mind. But seeing you in that dress is enough to make any guy feel intimidated.
They waste no time, do they?
It's no surprise that my grandfather made a beeline for Sharon, but I never expected to see Mother dancing.
In some ways, it seems as though they're younger than we are.
So I burn you, burn you,
Looks
burn
like
you,
everyone's
burn
having
you,
fun,
burn
though.
you.
Shall we join them?
You've given me more than enough of your time already today. Between showing me around and your incredible concert, you must be exhausted. And besides, I'm sure there's someone else you'd rather dance with here. Why not ask them instead?
Come on, bro, it's waifu time. Or husbando, take your pick. I mean, we all know who won the poll, so...
I knew it. So, I have a potential sister-in-law now, do I?
I know she reacts
Let's
to
not
a
get ahead of
bromance.
ourselves. Still, maybe you're right. Maybe I will go ask her. I do feel kind of bad leaving you here on your own, though.
I'm fine, really. Besides, if you spend all this time worrying about me, the music will be over by the time you ask.
Well, okay.
He's such an idiot. Oh, Elise. Your Highness? The generally accepted strategy here would be to keep his eyes on you, not push him toward another girl's tender embrace.
Come on, incest is wincest.
If you were to only gather the courage to ask him, I'm certain that he would be more than accommodating. It's fine. I'm fine, honestly.
Laura?
Oh, Rean. Perfect timing. Would you like to dance?
Huh?
My father and instructor Sarah make for rather impressive dancing partners. Watching them makes me want to go up and dance myself.
To be honest, I came over here ready to ask you the same thing.
Oh?
Still, since the guy traditionally asks the girl, I might as well. Would you like to dance with me?
I'd be delighted.
Yeah, they talked about the music ending. Who's playing said music? Or is someone off screen with a boombox hold over their heads? Play the music! Yeah, looks like Rean out there.
Whew. That was exhausting.
Well, I didn't imagine either of us would have much energy left over after our performance. Still, that didn't keep dancing with you from being a lot of fun. I don't get the chance to dance very often, especially at big events like this.
My family's the same way. We might be nobles, but we're not exactly a common sight at high society gatherings.
I suppose this was a new experience for the both of us then. Attending this academy has given me the chance to see sides of myself that I didn't even know existed.
Same here.
When I first enrolled in this academy, I wanted nothing more than to improve my swordsmanship. But when I arrived, I met people whose values differed wildly from my own. People like you and Fee. That allowed me to see the world in ways I never considered. To see myself in ways I never considered. Thanks to you and our other classmates, I've gained far more than combat training, and I am truly grateful.
You're making me blush. I feel the same way, though.
How so?
At least you had something in mind when you enrolled. My decision to come here was half-hearted at best, but I know now that it was the right choice. If I hadn't joined this academy, I never would have met you or any of our other classmates.
Rean.
Besides, you and I have something even closer than our other classmates. We're both followers of the Way of the Sword, and we keep pushing each other beyond our limits. I'm grateful for that.
As am I. And I suppose that's enough for now.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing. I'm glad that the two of us have another year to train alongside each other.
Likewise. After that, I went back to see Elise. But by then, that memorable evening was approaching its end.
And the achievement for getting the lore ending there is, here with you tonight, spelled with the, you know, like, the actual class night.
Rean? Elise?
Claire?
Good evening, Captain. You must be exhausted.
Oh, well, it's not as though I performed on stage in front of an auditorium full of people or anything. I really enjoyed your concert, by the way. That's the kind of thing that makes me proud to be an alumnus.
Wait, what? You were a student here?
That's right. I was part of the Academy's 216th graduating class. And since you'll be part of its 221st, I suppose that makes me 5 years your senior.
I had no idea. Why didn't you mention it until just now?
Given that we only ever met while you were on your field studies, it didn't seem pertinent. Besides, once people graduate, they tend to leave their ties to their school behind, especially here at Thor's.
Because it's a military academy?
Exactly. Roughly 40% of the graduates here go on to join the military. Not always the same branch or even the same army. About 30% join the Imperial Army, and 10% go to a provincial force. Students who are best friends one day might find themselves enemies the next.
Rean.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill your happy mood like this. But I'm sure you're well aware of what may lie ahead. That we're teetering on the brink of an era of upheaval.
I'm aware.
Does this have something to do with the issues in Crossbell I've been hearing about?
Yes, amongst other things. It seems as though everyone on the continent is ready to go to war with everyone else. But that's why it's so important that we're able to stand strong no matter what happens. Though, judging by how well Class 7 has performed on their field studies, I'm sure you'll all be fine in that regard. Here's hoping that I get the chance to help you out again sometime. Even if I'll have to be careful not to draw the ire of that instructor of yours while I'm doing so.
I'm just glad to know that you have her back. Thank you for that.
You're quite well... Please, excuse me a moment. Yes, Revelt speaking. Mm-hmm. What?
What's going on?
And you're certain of this? Understood. I'll return at once. Yes, I will escort them back to Valflame Palace myself. I'm afraid I have to excuse myself.
Oh, that certainly didn't sound good, did it?
I'm really sorry, Elise. My brothers requested that we return to Heimdall right away, but as we're going back by car, I thought I'd offer you a ride home. But...
Elise, I think you should go back with them for now. I'll call you later to make sure you're okay.
Well, all right.
Sorry to drop this on you so quickly, Rean. I'm sure someone from the Academy will fill you in shortly.
Fill me in? On what?
If you'll excuse us.
Don't worry. We'll be sure to get Elise back to the Academy safely.
Well, seems like every important is suddenly having to leave.
Does anyone have any idea what's going on?
I'm afraid not. I've never seen Father behave like that before.
My mother's the same way. She got a message of some kind and just changed.
Ditto my father. I think it was someone from Heimdall who got in touch with him.
One thing is certain. Something terrible has happened.
My dad turned pale and was gone before I could ask what happened. It sounded like he received a report from Instructor Neidhart, though.
Hold on. Neidhart's supposed to be... He was at Garrelia Fortress with the 4th Armored Division on some sort of mission, right?
Speaking of which, has anyone seen Toa or Instructor Sarah?
How convenient, they've just shown up.
Students and visitors, I cannot thank you enough for your attendance today. I hereby proclaim the 127th Thor's Military Academy Festival complete. But I am afraid I must announce this with a heavy heart, as we have just received word from the Imperial government that this evening, Garrelia Fortress, which rests on the eastern border of the Empire, has been destroyed.
Well then.
Destruction is an inadequate word. An unknown weapon has erased the fortress in its entirety from existence. I would ask that all of our guests, from that region or otherwise, please try to remain calm.
And with that, the poopy has hit the fan. Days that followed tension gripped the nation like never before. Photo of the gaping chasm left where Garrelia Fortress once stood made the Imperial Chronicle's front page, and the sight of the aftermath was enough to fill the citizens with a sense of inescapable dread. All the while, unconfirmed reports that several armored divisions had attempted to invade Crossbell had begun to spread, and in every one of those reports, the message was the same: they'd been repelled almost effortlessly. Erebonia was starting to feel the effects of the IBC's asset freeze too, and things didn't look good for the economy. As things stood, it was only a matter of time before we faced a spike in corporate bankruptcies and record unemployment. Faced with this crisis, the Imperial government and the officials in Heimdall began working to remedy the situation. Rumors were also spreading that Erebonia's longtime enemy, the Calvard Republic, had thrown its weight behind Crossbell. With the fortress that once served to safeguard the Empire gone, many speculated that an invasion was only a matter of time.
I can't take this anymore! Where is she? Homeroom was supposed to start ages ago.
I'm not surprised she's late. The instructors are probably all busy trying to figure out what to do.
That seems more than likely. This morning's meeting has already blown past its normal ending time.
It's still hard for me to believe all of this is really happening. Having been there, the idea that Garrelia Fortress just vanished is difficult to comprehend.
Not all of it, I heard. There are still some parts left and almost untouched. But Instructor Neidhart making it out of there alive was nothing short of a miracle, though.
Those huge railway guns were part of the section that's gone, too. If I hadn't seen the pictures, it'd be kind of hard to believe.
What kind of weapon is even capable of doing something like that?
Well, I mean, they had to do something about the railway guns plot-wise, because if they didn't, that would make the whole situation in Crossbell not seem like a threat at all.
I find myself doubtful that any human could create something so powerful.
We just don't know.
All we do know is that it's impossible to make a weapon that powerful even with today's most advanced orbital technology.
And yet here we are, with just such a weapon in the hands of what's always been seen as a mere vassal state. The Imperial Army has their work cut out for them, I'll say that much.
I'm worried about what's going on in the capital, too. It sounds like there have been even more demonstrations going on there these past few days.
Down with Crossbell, they say. Point our guns towards the east.
Is there even any truth to those rumors that Calvard's planning an invasion?
I'm pretty sure it's all nonsense. But considering how there have been tensions between us and them for years, people are just more inclined to believe it.
Rumors are just that. We need to be careful not to be misled by half-truths and speculation. If possible, we should find out exactly what's happening for ourselves.
Yeah. Over the year, we've seen how things are across the Empire with our own eyes. Now's as good a time as any to put that knowledge to use.
Well said. We've had quite the education in getting to the truth behind all the headlines.
That seems to have been a running theme of most of our field studies.
Still, we seem to be missing 2 of our illustrious members.
Well, there's nothing strange about Crow's habitual truancy. Or did he already transfer back to his original class?
No. He said he was going to be with us through the end of the month. As for Million, though, I'm not sure.
You don't think it's something to do with the intelligence division, do you?
No, with tensions like this, why would they need an intelligence division member to help out with that kind of
She
stuff?
is an agent of theirs.
It's kind of easy to forget that, given how she usually is.
It does concern me that none of us have seen her.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, instructor.
Are we starting homeroom?
Not today, I'm afraid. All classes have been canceled. You can either stay here in the building and study until school's out, or go back to the dorm.
So, wait.
Has something happened?
Not yet, but it will. Chancellor Osborne is going to be addressing the nation from Dreikel's Plaza at noon. It's set to be broadcast across the entire Empire.
A national address?
Sounds pretty serious. And given the timing,
Indeed, it's not hard to imagine what's on his agenda.
Come on, guys. Straighten up. You're students of Thor's Military Academy, and that makes you all cadets. Whatever careers you choose, military or civilian, you need to know how to act decisively in an emergency. So right now, I don't want you to look away from what's happening in the world. I want you to face it straight.
Will do.
You're right. Now's not the time to lose heart.
As for Osborne's speech, apparently we'll be setting up radios in each classroom so the students can listen to the national address. So if you want to follow along, be sure to be back here by noon.
I suppose I might as well listen to it here then.
Same here. I don't even have a radio.
I do, but for something like this, I'd rather not listen to it alone.
Well then, we can all share in the joy of hearing the melodious voice of our esteemed Chancellor. Maybe I should haul in some beer and snacks. That's the only way I'll stay sane through the entire broadcast.
What should we do about Crow and Million, though? None of us have seen either of them all day.
Do you know where they are?
Can't say I do. Crow's practically made a career out of playing hooky, but I did see Milliam earlier this morning.
Oh, so she's still on campus?
At least that means she wasn't called away by the intelligence division.
I've been thinking along those lines, but when I asked her, she just shrugged and said, "No news from the top!" Oh, just a little bracer-to-bracer information swapping.
Wait, what?
Yes, but lest you forget, she excels at giving us the runaround.
At least it doesn't sound like she's in trouble. We're probably worried over nothing.
We'll just have to tell them we're meeting here at noon if we run into them before then.
Yeah, will do.
I guess everyone's going to check in with their clubs. Looks like I have some free time. Might as well see if I can track down Crow and Milliam. At least it sounds like Milliam is probably somewhere on campus. Crow, though? He could be anywhere. Probably best to check with Toa and George first. Maybe they know something.
Well then, looks like we have a few hot spots to go to. I was about to say, where's Toa? Why is she at her desk?
Oh, Rean.
I figured I could find you here.
Yep. The student council will be passing out radios for every classroom.
So I'm trying to figure that out at the moment. Are you guys planning on listening to the Chancellor's statement too?
How could we not? He's supposed to be addressing the entire country after all.
Yeah. Whatever it's about, it's going to be something big. I don't think anyone could have imagined the relationship between Crossbell and Erebonia going south like this. I sure hope Angie's okay. What with all of this political turmoil right now.
Toa.
Sorry about that. I'm the student council president. I need to stay focused on what's going on right here, right now. Angie would laugh at me if she could see me getting distracted over her anyway.
That's right. You've got to focus on getting through this. Still, don't try to take on more than you can handle. I'm not the only one ready to give you a hand if you need it.
Will do. Thanks. Oh yeah, why were you looking for me in the first place?
Right. I almost forgot. Do you have any idea where Crow might have gone?
Crow? Nope. I'm afraid not. He didn't mention that he had to go anywhere when I talked to him yesterday, at least.
Was yesterday the last time you saw him?
Yeah. He was giving me back some of the stuff he borrowed from me since graduation's getting so close. That was nice of him, but then he gave me everything he borrowed from Angie, too. It's only polite to give back the stuff you borrowed in person. Now it's more work for me.
Well, that's a very Crow thing to do. Well, I'll keep asking around and find out if anyone knows where he's gone.
Wait. Those books in the back there, like right above Toa's head. Does that say Christ who's gonna die first? I swear that's what that says.
Sounds like a good idea. Oh, but make sure you're back in your classroom by noon, okay?
Of course.
I still can't believe there's a weapon out there powerful enough to level Garrelia Fortress like that. I didn't think you could get much more powerful than those railway guns.
Yeah.
What is that in
Having
a
seen
reference
the
to,
railway guns
Skylar?
in person, I can hardly believe it myself. There are rumors that whatever that weapon is, it's managed to fend off the armored divisions several times, too.
Still, I can't help but wonder what the Chancellor's gonna say in his national address. Whatever it is, I have a feeling that it's gonna shake up some things around here. This is a military academy, after all. Who knows?
Oh.
You might even see active duty. Even as an engineer, I doubt they'd make an exception for me. Could be that my lazy days tinkering with orbital bikes are numbered.
Don't say that, George.
Well, no point stressing out too much about the future till we're there. Didn't mean to be a downer about it. Go on and listen to the broadcast, but don't worry yourself too much. This country may go through a lot in the coming years, but ultimately, we have a say in our future.
That's a good way to look at it. I don't want to look away from what's happening. We have to be aware of our present to take charge of our future. But anyway, you wouldn't happen to know where Crow is, would you? He hasn't shown up to class today.
Crow? Can't say that I do. He came by yesterday with a box of things he borrowed from me, but he never mentioned having any plans today.
Dang. Anyway, I'll keep asking around to see if anyone else knows where he is.
Well, knowing Crow, he's probably just wandering around somewhere. Just keep looking around and I'm sure you'll run into him.
Will do. Nothing out of the ordinary has happened here in the old schoolhouse ever since that night. We kind of ended up pushing it to the back of our minds, what with the way things have been going in Crossbell. Huh? It's unlocked. I wonder if someone's already inside. George is in the engineering building right now, so it can't be him. If any of the students just idly wandered in,
Oh, good God, dude, just go in.
I checked around inside of the old schoolhouse, but there didn't seem to be
Why couldn't you
anyone
have just
around.
said, huh, it's still open, better check this
But
out,
all the
instead of having
same, I
to
didn't
go
want
through
a
3
chance
sentences
leaving
saying,
anyone
I better
down
check
there.
this out.
So I decided to check the 7th floor. Milliam?
Oh, Rean! Come to take a sneak peek too?
Is this where you've been the whole time? You do know we have class, right?
Oh. Dang, I knew I was forgetting something.
Honestly. So, what's piqued your interest? It doesn't look like this thing has anything in common with Eragetlum.
I don't know. I can't shake the feeling that it might, at least a little. Not the same, but like they share some kind of underlying principle.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
I guess you wouldn't really understand without being connected. But now it makes sense why Gramps asked me to keep an eye on this place, though. I had no idea there'd be something this cool down here.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about Chancellor Osborne? Did he know there was something like this here?
Not really sure. He just asked me to keep an eye on the building itself, and said to let him know if anything unusual happened. Whoopsie! That was supposed to be confidential.
You're terrible as a spy.
So, the Chancellor has an interest in our quaint old schoolhouse, does he? We did just find out that Captain Claire is a Thor's graduate, but...
Hey, what you thinking about?
Say, Milliam, was investigating the old schoolhouse the reason you enrolled at the academy?
Well, sorta, but it was more of a side thing. There was a more important reason, but that kinda stopped being a concern. So I guess it's just this now.
Something more important than this? Not sure what she's getting at. Doesn't sound like she's trying to hide something important from me, though.
Oh yeah! It's almost time for Gramps' speech, isn't it? I guess I should head back and listen to him drone on.
Oh, so you already knew about that. We were all planning to listen in the classroom.
Sweet! I'll just listen with you guys then. What are we waiting for? Let's go!
Nothing keeps you down for long, does it? Oh yeah, you haven't seen Crow around anywhere, have you?
Huh? Nope. Is he cutting class too?
Well, he's probably just hiding out somewhere on campus. None of the others have seen him, though.
What do you mean, thoughts on Chrono Trigger? It's a good
went into
game. What more do you want me to say about it?
Maybe. Wanna try looking around, Trista? I'll come with you.
Sounds like a good idea. If he's not on the school grounds, chances are he's somewhere in town. All right, let's see if we can find him.
See. Now, obviously, we need to head to. Well, then, sounds like you should actually play it to find out what everyone's talking about.
So are we gonna track down Crow?
Might as well. I guess we should start with the dorms first. Maybe Sharon knows where he's gone.
Okie dokie.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to see either of you back so early. Well,
Hello again, Sharon?
We're back!
oh, it seems all of your classes have been cancelled today. I heard from Lady Sarah that you would be remaining on the campus, though.
Well, that was the plan. Say, Crow hasn't been back here, has he?
Master Crow? Well, actually, he just returned a short while ago.
Oh, he did?
Indeed. However, I don't believe he stayed long. It seems he was here just long enough to go to his room, then he left again.
Sounds like we just missed him. Maybe he forgot something here and came back to pick it up?
I don't know. Should we check his room just in case?
Yeah, might as well while we're here.
Well, if you need anything, just let me know.
Looks like he did go out then. Still, don't you think his room's awfully tidy? I mean, for Crow.
Well, he was supposed to be moving out of here fairly soon. He must have been doing some cleaning. Anyway, it's almost noon. I guess we just have to head back to the classroom empty-handed for now.
Yep, it's almost time for Gramps' speech. Still, I wonder where Crow went.
Yeah. There's nowhere else around here I haven't checked, is there?
Oh, it's you.
Patrick, what are you doing here? I thought you would have gone back home.
Well, we don't have any classes today, so I was just resting in my room. Sure, I've been told to return home, repeatedly at this point. But as a member of the Four Great Houses, what dignity would I have were I to turn tail and run home at a time like this? Don't underestimate me, Schwarzer.
Oh, wow.
Wouldn't dream of it. Is Class 1 planning on listening to the National Address too?
We are. Personally, I can't stand the man, but we are in the middle of a national crisis. Those of us who elected to remain at the Academy are having a radio set up to hear the broadcast together.
Right.
You've got some strange classmates, though. especially that second year. I know Heimdall's not all that far from Trista, but I'm not sure why he'd bother going to hear the speech in person.
What are you talking about?
That Crow fellow. I met him outside the station this morning.
Huh. Really?
Oh, he didn't tell you? When I inquired, he said he wanted to hear the Chancellor's speech in person.
Huh. I wouldn't have expected him to suddenly take an interest in politics. Well, at least we
That
know
doesn't
where he
this
went
seem
now.
suspicious?
I haven't a clue what you're babbling on about. Anyway, it's almost noon now. Shouldn't you be running along? You'll miss the broadcast.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Let's get going, Milliam. Everyone else is waiting in the classroom.
Okay.
Here it goes. Having so many cutscenes that they were giving us multiple saves after them.
The clock's about to strike noon in Heimdall, with the Chancellor set to take the stage for his national address. With the situation in Crossbell and the destruction of Gorelia Fortress still fresh in the national consciousness, the message he has today will undoubtedly shape the future of Erebonia and with it, our lives. Our reporter is joining us now, live from Dreikel's Plaza.
Sounds like he's about to start.
Oh, I hate this. I've got butterflies in my stomach.
This is Misty, coming to you live from Heimdall.
Huh? Why is Misty...
Oh, it's the host from Abentime.
At least that's a reassuring voice to hear at a time like this.
How? Emma? What's wrong?
The woman talking on the radio, she's... You all know her?
Who, Misty? Of course. She hosts the radio show Abentime every Sunday night at 9.
I've seen her out and about in Trista, too. She always looks so fashionable. Though, considering Abentime is broadcast by Radio Trista, it makes sense that's where she'd be.
Huh?
Do you know her or something?
The Chancellor's standing at the podium, and it looks like he's about ready to begin. Let's hear what he has to say.
Citizens of Heimdall, fellow countrymen, Erebonians far and wide, I thank you for your attention. I am Gileath Osborne, your Chancellor and the acting representative of the Imperial Government.
Oh, nothing like a line of tanks to give you a badass backdrop for your speech.
We stand today in the face of an uncertain future. All of you, I'm sure, are aware of what has transpired in recent weeks. Crossbell, our erstwhile province, has defiantly declared its independence, and as its parting shot, frozen the assets entrusted to them by the hard-working men and women of Erebonia. As we have moved to safeguard our national interests, armed conflicts have broken out on our borders. Our enemies point to this as an example of Erebonian aggression, but nothing could be further from the truth. We acted in accordance with our duties as a colonial power. All we have done as is our sovereign right. The Imperial hand may be firm, but it is fair. These traitors, however, have shown the world that they are neither. With an unknown weapon of mass destruction, they have annihilated Gorelia Fortress, the stronghold that has long protected the very gates of this country. I ask you, brothers and sisters of the Empire, do we allow such an odious act to go unpunished? Do we sit idle as the pride and dignity of our great nation is spat upon and trampled underfoot? We cannot. We must not. And we will not. With blood and with iron, we shall mete out justice.
Whoop!
Listen to him go.
Oh, he's quite the orator, that's for sure.
Well, he's certainly not out to upend my expectations.
Milliam? What are you doing?
Nope, can't get through. No surprise there, I guess.
Who are you trying to call?
What is all this about?
Oh,
part of my mission. The most important part, actually. If only I'd caught on a little sooner. But considering he managed to outwit Claire, Lecter, and even Gramps, I suppose Crow's earned this victory.
Say what?
What? What does Crow have to do with this?
Huh. So that's your angle. You came because you had a potential lead on C, and you couldn't look into it from the outside. Is that it?
What?
As in the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front?
But he's dead, isn't he? The Intelligence Division looked at all of C's actions so far and drew up a list of potential suspects. And one possibility we couldn't dismiss was that he had ties to this academy somehow. But after C and his cronies got blown up aboard their airship in the mine, we thought it was a moot point. Looks like we spoke too soon, though. I can't believe how bad we screwed this up.
You seem awfully nonchalant about this,
Are you
Millian.
seriously suggesting that it's Crow? That it's been him all along?
Crow was with us in the mine right up until he went with the miners to escort them back to the surface, right?
Yeah, and then his route back ended up blocked off by a cave-in, so he wasn't able to reach us until later.
But what if he actually used another route to get there ahead of us?
Then fought us wearing that masked helmet and cape.
Before making it look like he boarded the airship, then sneaking back around to join the others like nothing happened.
Madness. No one would stake their entire plan on such a precarious stunt.
Perhaps we can read the evidence that way, but there are a few leaps in logic that bother me.
Besides, remember when the terrorists escaped from Gorelia Fortress? We heard C talking to us, and not just then. He was addressing us just before the airship exploded in the mine, too.
That's true, on both counts.
And Crow was with us the whole time during everything that went down in Gorelia. He never left our sight.
Right. No mistaking it.
My name is C, leader of the Imperial Liberation Front. The hammer of judgment shall fall again. I'm ready.
Yeah, there's no way he could be...
He could have recorded a message in advance and played it back.
Oh.
And the airship that exploded? It could have been controlled remotely. His alibi seems airtight. But once you account for things like that, it starts looking pretty questionable.
Yep. And if C's still alive, that means the other ringleaders probably are too.
Then right now, Crow is...
Oh no.
He said he was headed to Dreikel's Plaza, didn't he?
If a skilled sniper has their eye on you, you let your guard down for even a second and bang, you're dead. If he's the one who shot down the airship in the mine...
Then it's checkmate for the Chancellor. Crow's already won.
We stand at the brink of nothing less than a national crisis.
And then a shot rings out.
In such tumultuous times, we must set aside our differences. We must look past the ideologies that divide us. I will not deny the rift that has grown between the reformist and noble factions, especially in recent times. But how childish, how insignificant such squabbles seem when the enemy marshals its strength beyond our borders. I have met with His Majesty the Emperor, and have secured permission to embark on the course we now must. Thus, in the name of the Emperor, and as the representative of the Imperial Government, I hereby proclaim
Man, he's got the getup and everything here.
That the Empire's full military might shall be gathered together from all branches and division to deliver unto Crossbell a swift response to their impudence and to form a bulwark.
Although why is he using a full-on AMR for a political assassination?
Go finish your speech in hell.
I'm pretty sure that would leave the exit wound the size of a friggin' basketball with that kind of a gun.
Well played, Armbrust.
Well, yeah, pretty much, Skylar.
Well, that was anticlimactic. And there's our coup de grace. Now, just have to add the finishing touches.
Hands in the air!
Man, he wears that bandana no matter what, does he?
It really was you all along. To think, all the time we spent searching for the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, and he was right under our noses. Crow Armbrust, from the Jirai SEZ.
Oh, and here I thought I'd managed to cover my tracks like a real pro. So, who put all the pieces together? I bet it was Arundel, wasn't it?
We just received confirmation a short while ago. If you hadn't been so difficult to pin down, we would have had this investigation finished up already. How could you? How could you?
You know, this really brings back the memories. It's a lot like when Jirai was annexed by the Empire 8 years ago.
I can't hear Jirai and not think Tenchi Muyo.
You let your guard down, you lose. That's how your boss's favorite little game works, isn't it? Well, he lost. And now he won't be playing any of his games again. Ever.
You! Get on the ground! I don't know how you managed to plan all of this, but you'll tell us eventually. I'll see to that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, that's Jiraiya, not Jirai.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just witnessed a shocking turn of events. Chancellor Osborne has been shot by an unknown assailant. He's currently being rushed into urgent care. We'll bring you more on the situation as it develops.
What is that? It's coming closer.
It looks like we may not be out of the woods yet, folks. A large silver craft has been sighted in the sky to the south, and it seems to be headed toward the capital. But hearing a radio broadcast just isn't the same as seeing it unfold yourselves, is it? So how about I give you Thor students a special treat? Just my way of saying thanks for the fun I had at the festival.
What's she talking about? Was she speaking directly to us just now?
I mean, he did just get shot into the friggin' chest
everlasting.
by an AMR.
Rend night's silent veil and reveal unto all the beautiful world!
Well then.
Isn't that the plaza in Heimdall?
This is one of the Azure Abyss's incantations, Phantasmagoria!
Say what now? Does this mean Misty's evil too? Oh, son of a bitch. Windows, really? It's this every day. And oh look! They have their own force of mass-produced giant robots. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna cut it.
I know, but it ain't one of ours. It's time to avenge His Excellency. Fire! Where do we...
It's a Gundam!
What are those things?
Humanoid combat armors, courtesy of Reinford's 5th Development Division, staunch supporters of the Noble Alliance. Knights for the modern age, modeled after a stunning historical example and made of hardened steel from toe to crown. We call them the Panzer Soldats.
But how did... Don't move!
Sorry, I don't take orders from you. Zephyr should be able to secure Valflame Palace just fine on their own. But I've got my own score to settle.
No! What?
See ya, Icy Maiden.
Man, that was a bit of a letdown, huh? I'll give him an A for effort.
But we're talking about the Imperial capital here? Is that the best they could muster on their home turf?
Hey, it's the bodyguards of that Cayenne guy.
The hard part's still ahead. Most of the Imperial army's putting out fires across the country. But they'll be back soon enough. And who knows? They might have some anti-Soldats countermeasures up their sleeve.
Hey, anything can happen. Guess the ones to watch out for are the 3rd, 4th, and 7th Armored Divisions, huh? I wonder whose side our little princess will take.
That's for Fee to decide. The boss wants.
Well then, sounds like they know Fee, don't they? And she seems to be pulling a Kuja.
Splendidly done, Grianos. I see you were able to share the sweetest notes of my aria with our little friends.
And Maximilian Pegasus is with her
I
too.
find myself reminded afresh of the brilliance with which you shine as the second Anguis, Lady Vida Clotilde. Vast is the stage, and beauteous the performance of the Azure Abyss.
That's quite the compliment, considering your standards on beauty. Still, first Liberl, then Crossbell, and now here in Erebonia. Don't you think you're getting a little too greedy for your own good?
Your chastisement cuts deep. We'll be proceeding with the next step of the Phantasmal Blaze plan, I presume?
Yes indeed. The bells are tolling for Crossbell, and preparations here are complete. Still, even this grand an undertaking is but a jewel in a greater crown. The second stage of the Orpheus final plan. The symphony
We're getting so many
awaits
proper
us.
nouns here.
Let the second movement commence.
Reenie boy. Yugi boy.
Is this really happening?
It is. I'm certain of it. Phantasmagoria is an arcane art known to the Witch of the Abyss, capable of showing scenes and visions across great distances. The woman you know as Misty is something of a sister of mine.
Wait, the Witch of the Abyss?
Are you saying that's who Misty really is?
I feel like any moment I'm going to wake up in my bed to find I just dreamt all this.
If only it was. But we have no choice but to accept that it's real.
Well, we'll have plenty of time to worry about that later. Right now, we've got 2 more pressing concerns. The Chancellor's been shot, and Heimdall's been occupied.
Oh no! I hope my father's alright.
Damn. Please, let Saint Astraea be safe.
That gargantuan airship, those Panzer Soldats. I have no doubts that they were bankrolled and manufactured by the Noble faction.
I saw them there. My old family. All this time I never knew what happened to them. Now there they are.
Fee.
So you know those men? I remember meeting them briefly in the Grey.
They're former members
We
of
only
Zephyr.
have one
Used
mech
to be
at the
one of the
moment.
continent's strongest Jaeger Corps. It looks like the Noble faction hired them to do their dirty work, just like the Imperial Liberation Front. On top of that,
It looks like our guess about C's identity was right on the money. But I don't know what that cool blue thing was he flew off in.
Crow, why did you do it?
On behalf of the Student Council, I'd like to ask all of you to remain calm. I'm sure you all experienced that strange vision during the broadcast, and the principal has an announcement he'd like to make about it.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Principal Van Dyke speaking. I'm sorry to say there's a strong likelihood that what you just saw is really happening in Heimdall. However, it's important to note that we don't yet have confirmation or any official word on the situation. I'm doing all I can to find out what's going on, but in the meantime, I ask for your patience and understanding.
So all the other classes saw it too.
How could she use a national radio broadcast to show something to just us and no one else? Is that even possible?
For her, it is. With little difficulty at that.
Yo, Sarah here. Who's... Neidhart? An emergency meeting. Right away? What? Of course. I'll be right there. Yeah, understood. I'll meet you in front of the main gate. All right, class. I've got to step out for a bit to take care of some business. But no matter what happens, you are not to leave this building. Is that clear?
Because guess where Crow's headed?
What's going on?
I'm not sure, but it's obvious something strange is happening.
Can this day even get stranger than it already is?
What's wrong, guys?
I hear something to the west, and it's getting closer.
Several armored cars are approaching, and it sounds like they have some of those armored suits with them.
You've got to be kidding.
First Heimdall, now Trista? Are they planning on taking over the academy? Sure looks that way. Notable members from both factions have kids enrolled here, and there are plenty of important people like the principal. So either they're looking to preemptively protect their own or take the others hostage. Could be either, even both.
This is absurd.
Whatever their intentions, we can't allow them to harm innocent people.
Do you think that's where the instructors went? To try and fight them off?
Those giant armors tore through the army's tanks like they were nothing more than toys. Our instructors are strong, but with what they're up against, I'm worried they might not be enough. I'm not sure how much help we'd be, or if we'll even be able to put a dent in them. But right now, they need all the support they can get. They need...
Hey, we got the
Class
final
7.
dungeon music playing.
I'm with you.
You have my sword.
I didn't really wake up today planning to fight enemies that can gut a tank.
None of us did. But this battle came to us, so we'll draw the line here.
I don't know, I think the boss we
I'll do
fought
everything I
earlier
can to defend
at the
the
bottom
school
of
and
the
its
school
students.
could count as something that could gut a tank.
I take no issue with humbling those that befoul the spirit of true nobility.
Guess I'll help too. I wonder how Lammy will match up against those giants.
We haven't got a lot of time, so let's move out.
All right, let's do this.
Elisa? Why are you all so flustered? What's going on? Ferris? You're still here?
What in Adios' name is going on here? I saw the instructors leaving the academy through the front gate.
They already left?
Patrick, you have to stay here. You can't let them take over this building. Work with the other students as best you can.
Schwarzer?
What are they?
Answer.
What in Adios' name is going on? I heard a war started in Heimdall.
Sort of. I mean, each of the chapters, they had their own little separate
Don't
moments.
worry, everyone.
I would say that Elisa definitely gets the most out of them.
We'll show you to the auditorium.
Machias only
You
gets
can
like
bunker down there.
one. Everyone has at least some sort of, like, defining character moment, I guess.
What are you doing here?
You aren't...
You're not planning on going to help the instructors, are you?
That's exactly what we're planning.
I'd bring shame to the Arstate name if I were to willingly allow such insolence and dishonor to fester.
We're not gonna push our luck, but we want to give them every little bit of support we can. You can't be serious.
If that video's anything to go by, you'd be going up against some seriously dangerous weapons. The chances of you overcoming a force like that is... well, I don't even want to say. Are you really sure this is what you want to do?
We are. This academy has given us a lot. He's made friends here, learned to better ourselves. And we'll be damned if we're going to let them just take that away.
I'm a ventriloquist. I'd say all of Emma's moments are, hey, wait, why are you being so mysterious, Emma?
Oh boy. The instructors told me not to let you past if you tried to come through here.
All right. As Student Council President, I hereby grant you permission to head through. But don't forget, you're still students. This may be a military academy, but that doesn't mean you're soldiers. If you ever feel like your lives are in danger, even a little bit, you get out of there, okay? Run away, surrender. I don't care what you do, just please don't die out there. Promise me.
Of course.
We promise.
At least make sure you've got everything you need before you go then. I've got my tools on me, so if you guys need any last-minute modifications to your Arcus units, I'll take care of it.
You really don't need to worry about that. We had our final boss battle against the giant smoke monster under the school. This is more of a victory lap than anything. Oh, wait, there's Elliot. I really almost forgot to put him in the group. Can't believe he was one of the terrorists all this time. Now he's gone and shot the Chancellor. On top of that, he's launched the offensive against the Academy. Still coming to grips with it myself. I think on it, he was always around whenever something major went down, wasn't he? As far back as the summer festival in Heimdall when the big terrorist attack happened. I thought something seemed fishy with all the stuff that happened in Ruhr. And I guess with the urgency of the situation, I didn't think too hard about it at the time. It still feels like it can't be real, like this must be some gross mistake. I can hardly believe Crow's one and I saw him confess it himself. The two of us first met him on field study last year. Easy to get along with, but there was something about him that seemed a bit hollow somehow. Didn't take long before Angie just went up and said it to his face. They really didn't get along very well at first. Still, the more field studies we went on together, the closer we all got. How did it come to this? So, he doesn't make right now. The enemy is at our gates, and I don't intend to let them have their way. We're gonna protect this academy no matter what it takes. And when we find Crow, I want to hear it straight from him. I want to know what he's trying to accomplish by doing this. Bean? Okay, do what you can. As Crow's friends and yours, we're up behind you all the way. Thanks. Alright, let's do this. I'm getting pumped. Okay, there we go. Nature's greater than anything we've ever faced before beyond this gate. Are we ready?
May Adios be with you. And just a little
I wouldn't say that has happened
Looking at
in
their
running
design,
this game.
You should aim for their joints. Take them apart at their weakest points and you might have a chance.
I see. Then let's pray our aim is true.
I know I'm repeating myself at this point, but don't go doing anything crazy. You hear? Still, I know in my heart how much you want to protect this school. So do what you think you have to do. Not just for us, but so that whatever ends up happening, you'll know you gave the best you had to give.
Understood.
I sure didn't waste any time.
It seems the battle's already underway.
There, toward the west exit. Let's move.
Impossible!
It's Mustache Man again.
Even human?
Oh, I'm as human as they come. Can't speak for the principal, though. Or Instructor Beatrix, for that matter.
I'll say, our decorated veterans are putting the younger generation to shame.
Now, there's no need to go around flattering old ladies, Nightheart.
No need to be so modest, Beatrix. I don't know of any other old ladies who could reduce an armored car to a smoldering wreck that quickly.
Says the man who cut one in half.
Always nice to share a little outing with my wonderful colleagues.
You're way too happy about this, Thomas. You're just happy to be
While we're at
here.
it, Since when were the two of you such whizzes with all those high-level arts?
Especially you, Thomas. When did you leave the library long enough to become so disturbingly proficient with an orbital staff?
Well, you know me. I've always been rather taken with the mages of the Middle Ages.
They're monsters! Sir, you don't stand a chance against them!
Ah! Stop your whining!
They did this? By themselves?
I almost feel sorry for the soldiers.
Just who is Instructor Beatrix?
She was a colonel in the Imperial Army. They used to call her the Reviver. Heard she saved Sarah's life once even.
Yeah, she's kind of a legend. In her days with the medical corps, she'd show up in war zones to treat the critically injured. She'd patch them all up, friend or foe. And woe to anyone or anything that tried to stop her.
Wow, no wonder she's so inflexible.
You know, maybe they don't need our help after all.
No, it's not over yet.
Looks like they've got some reinforcements coming in.
Cease your fire! There's no need to increase our casualties any further. If they're fielding monsters, we might as well call in our own.
Here they come.
My, they've certainly brought quite a few of those.
They're boasting some impressive armor.
Looks like they've been designed with integrated arts resistance, too.
What to do?
You think we can really beat all these things?
Well, I don't see another way out of this. Do you? We need to hold this location until the Imperial Army's reinforcements arrive, no matter what.
Time to see if the Army's finest up-and-coming officer has it where it counts.
He also looks a lot like Cloud, doesn't
Same
he?
to you, Miss A-Rank Bracer.
My! You two really do make quite the dynamic duo.
Shut up, Thomas.
All right, Palestine and Nightheart are taking point. Let's give them some cover.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's see which parts have that arts resistance shield.
They certainly seem to be holding their own.
Yeah, but look how many they're up against.
And the enemy's still got strength to spare. But the instructors don't have anything to fall back on if the enemy gets the upper hand.
Let's go. They need backup, and we're here to give it to them.
Right. I'm not sure how much support we'll be able to provide them.
At the very least, we should be able to keep one of those things busy.
If we can give them that much more of a fighting chance, I'll do it. That won't be necessary.
And suddenly the Ninja Maid is back.
What? Sharon? Allow me to handle things here. I'll be sure to give Lady Sarah and her colleagues the opening they need to clinch their victory. Huh?
She's fast. I figured you'd show up sooner or later.
Oh my!
Steel wires.
These new model engines certainly are quite the step up. I'm impressed. Still, all the power in the world doesn't mean much if you're all tied up. The pleasure of being bound, vulnerable, and exposed is a thrill like no other.
Sharon, are you revealing some things that we don't want to know?
Demonstration. I'd say you won't feel a thing, but that would be lying.
So you finally dropped the act, huh? Looks like you've even picked up a few new tricks since our little dust-up 2 years ago. But I guess I wouldn't expect any less from Sharon Kruger, Ouroboros' Enforcer number 9. Or should I just call you the Severing Chains?
I'm currently on leave from that position. Right now, I'm but a humble maid in the service of the Rhineford family, and no matter who's pulling the strings, anyone who tries to harm Lady Elisa or her friends will have to get through me first.
That's That's fine by me. But I think you and I need to sit down and have a nice long talk after all this is over. I'll bring the snacks.
Oh, look at them go! Are you just going to stand there and let the ladies run laps around you, Major?
Of course not. I was just about to say, we should focus our assault on one and hit it with everything we've got.
Boys will be boys.
Oh my! I feel like a mere mortal walking among titans.
Okay, I think I got these guys figured out. Gonna nullify their arch-shielding capability.
You sure know how to show a guy a good time.
Hey, it's Vulcan Raven again.
You got some real fight in you. I can respect that. Still, there's only so much you can do against these soldats. Let's see how long you can hold out, shall we? You're a military academy. Let's see how much fight you've really got in you.
So, Elisa, just who the heck is Sharon?
Don't ask me. I want to know just as much as the rest of you.
Your favorite is the Granny Sniper.
But she never told me.
She's what's her face from Overwatch. Anna, I think is what her name was.
Still, we've seen those suits demolish battle tanks in just a few hits. Every second we hesitate.
You're right. If we join the fight, their chances would be that much better.
That sound.
It's faint, but I can hear it.
No way.
But that's coming from the opposite direction of the capital.
Lemmy! We've got two of those armors coming in fast! A blue one and a green one!
Well, they certainly don't seem to be holding back on our account.
Are they trying to catch the town in a pincer attack? The instructors and Sharon have their work cut out for them with those five.
Looks like we're the first and only line of defense then.
Yeah. Get ready, everyone!
We're just making so many saves now.
Trista's east exit in sight now. No hostiles visible.
I hear they've rounded up quite, but I'm sure they've got their hands full dealing with Vulcan.
Never mind that, though. We're not here for the town. C's instructions were to head straight for the academy and take all of the students captive.
Roger that, Comrade S. We've got a group of unknowns dead ahead.
My, what have we here? And here I thought Vulcan would get all the fun to himself. But you didn't let me down, did you, Class 7? You managed to turn up every single time.
Commencing operation. Our objective is to defend Trista's east exit. Aim for the one in the front and give it everything you've got.
Understood.
How cute. You seriously think you could beat a Soldot's unit, do you? It just wouldn't be sporting of us to attack at the same time, so why don't you soften them up a little,
Roger that. With pleasure. You've interfered with our cause for far too long. It's time you got what's coming. Let's see how long you last against this dragon.
Hostile spotted. Beginning combat.
Go!
Now down, we have to set up links again and... Oh crap, I just realized we don't actually have much in the way of starting CP, do we? But honestly, this fight is actually not that bad. Honestly, this guy is basically a grunt. He's got no real special moves, and at best, he can actually hit in a pretty big area in front of him, basically. That's about it.
I can do this. Light! Rain upon
There are currently 10 members of Class 7 after Crow kinda went evil. Beyond that, this is just a straight up beatdown. Spread it out a bit and you'll be fine. This guy shouldn't be able to actually drop any of your guys unless you're really not careful.
Right.
And of course you can't inflict any status elements to get him, so yeah, this is just straight up beatdown.
Shatter! Off guard. Broken.
He also has a ton of HP, that's for sure.
Here we go.
Oh god, no. That would mean I'd have to use Machias.
Okay. Here we go.
It's my turn. Arcus activate.
My turn.
Doesn't really need it. Oh wait, I should have actually moved her, shouldn't I? Because I'm pretty sure Reen's out of range for her buff.
I'll handle it. Here we go.
Those parts are all well and good until it involves characters you don't like.
Burn to ash. Go.
I've got you. Ha!
Right.
Not bad damage, although admittedly that was for 240 EP.
Now. Our time is now.
Okay, leave it to me.
I mean, I do actually have the option of swapping in my sub characters in if I wanted to. But like I said, it's really not necessary for this fight. It's pretty easy.
Now. An opening.
Too slow.
Right.
Get her in range.
Okay. Here we go.
My turn. Burn to ash. Now's a chance.
Lord knows we need to get that shining back up.
Of course. Shatter.
Right.
Oh, dang. Come on. They're just out of range to be able to get all three of them together.
Right.
Oh no, you don't.
Too slow.
I'll handle it. Here we go. Now.
An opening.
My turn. Burn to ash.
The worst part about this fight, just how long it friggin' takes.
Your turn. I'll handle it. Here we go. Now.
An opening. Right. Shatter. Now.
It's my turn. Right.
My turn. Here we go. Got it.
Oh, whoops. Did a burst of that roofed.
Go.
Actually, okay, let's try moving him over here.
Burn to
Oh,
ash.
crap. Nope, that's not a good spot.
Now's a chance. Let's go, everyone.
Thought I might be able to group B, Lara, and Reen together to be able to more effectively buff. Yeah, you're not hitting him.
Right. Shatter. Off guard.
Broken.
I have not. Heard good things about it, though.
Okay. Here we go.
An opening!
It's my turn.
Oh no, you don't!
God damn it. Oh, wait. He was actually aiming straight forwardly, so... Oh, never mind.
Burn to ash!
Okay. Here we go.
Wait. Why did Laura lose her...
I can do this.
Lose her shining, but she has her impassion up. What the heck? There we go. Now I can get all three.
My turn.
Gotta love, he shoved his giant sword through Reen's chest, and he missed.
Here we go. Got it.
An opening!
Go! Burn to ash!
Right! Shatter!
I can do this.
Oh, dang it. Someone needs to give her own impassion back.
I'll handle it.
Did a Shadow Cat style, huh? No, she doesn't have it.
Here we go.
My turn! Arcus, activate!
My turn. Shatter! Off guard. Broken.
It's my turn.
What, the whole going through solid matter thing, or all the random psychic powers she got later on in the series?
My turn. Here
No,
we
he's
go.
under half health at least.
My turn!
Oh, it looks like that hit actually debuffs the shiny off of him. Weird.
Burn to ash!
Okay. Here we go.
Of course. Shatter! Off guard.
Man, dude really doesn't
do
like
this.
Laura, does he?
You have my things.
Okay. Here we go.
Go! Burn to ash! Go! Let's go, everyone!
Yeah, that's been used quite a bit for phase through power kind of things.
Of course. Shatter!
Does that recall like the damn it, what was the not the first X-Men animated series, the second one. It was more high schooly. I'm trying to remember. I know the Shadow Cat used to use her ability all the time to basically like phase her hand through electronics, and that would completely screw them up.
Here we go.
Here we go!
This guy has 40,000 HP left.
I'll handle it. Here we go.
Green says no.
My turn. Shatter!
It's my turn. Arcus activate. My turn. 1, 2.
Good luck with that! You know how many different books and continuities the X-Men have had alone? Oh god. I know there's enough time from now till the end of the universe to actually read all the X-Men stories.
Now's our chance.
I've got you.
Too slow. Right.
Shatter! Now!
It's my turn.
They're starting to run out.
Right. I'll handle it. Here we go.
Too slow. Go.
Oh, I say there's some disagreements about them not making any of the mutants broken.
I've got you.
I'm pretty sure there have been some pretty broken mutants at some point in their history. About 500 more damage. Down to 24,000 HP.
I can do this. Let's go.
Holy crap, that hit her all the way back there.
My turn. Burn to ash. Now's our chance.
I've got you. Ha!
How much damage is this gonna do? Totally 500. Well then.
My turn.
I didn't bother using Golden Sphere then.
Here we go. It's my turn.
Oh damn it, that knocked her back so she can't hit Reen with that.
Right. Shatter! Off guard. Our time is now.
Not to mention he's so unkillable that as long as a single cell of himself remains, he will never die.
Too slow.
Okay.
Just die already.
Go. Burn to ash. Go.
I've got you. I can do this. Right.
There we go. Man, that dude just does not like Alyssa, does he?
Right. Shatter!
I'll handle it. Here we go.
My turn.
Wait, are you trying to use that as an example of a bullshit enemy pool, power move kind of a thing? Because I mean, I could argue there's a lot worse than that, given the fact that the Rasen Shuriken was actually established and it was developed for several, episodes before he actually got to start using it a lot. That's more of an example of an earned superpower.
My turn. Shatter! Off guard.
My turn.
Oh my gosh, die already!
Burn to ash.
There we go. And that's the final unfit battle that we can actually win in this. Oh.
How could I have lost a bunch of kids? They're only students.
We did it.
Looks like George was right about aiming for the joints.
I should have expected that C's classmates wouldn't go down easy.
Ah, crap, boss lady's in the fight.
I recognize that grating voice.
Scarlet, you're in there, aren't you?
Oh, did you miss me? I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to play at mine. But I hope you haven't forgotten that I owe you for getting in my way at Gorelia Fortress. You managed to be one Soulbots, but once is just luck. Let's see how you fare against a Spiegel.
Spike Spiegel?
That one's not like the others. It must be a command unit.
So it has weapons the regular suits don't?
Oh, believe me, you'll find out. Sadly, I doubt you'll survive the demonstration. But at least try to put up some token resistance.
Hostile spotted. Beginning combat.
My turn.
I think the music alone should tell you that you're probably not gonna win this one.
Right.
If he's only got 10,000 more HP than the last fight, should be easy, right?
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, she gets to go before Alyssa. Ah, yeah, there's his big bull. Just activated reactive armor.
Okay.
Because of that, can't hurt it.
Here we go.
No matter what you do. And that's all it's gonna do for a while before, of course, it goes and one-shots us.
I can do this.
My turn.
Okay.
Go.
Of course.
I can do this.
Because if you've seen enough giant robot anime, everyone but Alyssa went down because of that. Oh, there we go. Really? It's kind of funny that she had to kill Alyssa 3 times. But anyway, if you know your giant robot anime, you know what's coming up.
No way. It reflected all our attacks.
That's cheating!
And this, children, is what we call react.
Any giant robot anime.
Think of it as a protective field that the pilot can activate at will. They originally designed it to defend against tank assaults, but as you can see, that's not its only use.
The 5th Division really outdid itself this time. Reen?
Hey, what are you... You're not. It's the same as when he fought the Viscount.
No, don't! Don't do it, Breen!
So this must be that power of yours that C mentioned. I wonder if it'll really give you the strength to take down this speedway.
If I go full force, it'll probably cost me my life. But if that's what it takes to keep them all safe, then that's the price I'll pay.
Breen, stop!
You don't have to do this!
Dost thou desire the power?
Graf, is that you again?
What?
If thee and I are of one accord, a covenant can be made.
And I swear this is straight out of White Knight Chronicles.
Thou hast but to call out my name. One in whom dwells the flame. Awaken her.
This voice.
It looks like all the conditions have finally been met.
Magical Kitty!
Celine, you can talk?
Yes, quite eloquently too. But that's not important right now. Right now, you need to stay focused. You should know his name already. You saw it deep within the realm of the Great Shadow.
She's right. I remember the name. It feels so familiar. Like I've always known. Heed my call.
Valimar, the Ashen Knight!
Caro from Guard Captors. Launch sequence activated. But it's kind of funny, it's just riding the elevator up.
What's happening to him? He just stopped moving.
Celine, what's going on?
Shh, let him concentrate. What? Did Celine just...
The cat is talking!
What's he doing with that fancy light show? Well, whatever. It's not going to save their skins this time.
Playtime's over, brats. Unless you have a death wish, I suggest you get the hell out of here. What was that? Is the provincial army bombarding the town?
I imagine that was the Ashen Knight coming out of the roof of the old school building.
Shit. Is that what C was talking about?
What the?
Here it comes.
Get a nice look at it, ladies.
Reen, how did you... Is this one of the great knights from the ancient legends?
So the tales are true.
You see before you one of the Divine Knights, incarnations of the great power, the Ashen Knight, Valimar.
Damn it! This wasn't in the plans. It shouldn't have been able to move yet.
Oh, this cockpit looks a lot fancier than Scarlet or Vulcan's.
How am I even doing this? It's like my body just knows.
The moment you accepted the Awakener's Covenant, all the fundamental knowledge was granted to you. But you've got a more pressing issue to deal with right now. And this Divine Knight doesn't have a weapon yet either.
You're mine!
It evaded that attack like a trained duelist.
Like Reen would.
Alright, I think I figured out the basics.
Reen!
Is he inside that thing making it move? That's awesome!
I recognize that stance. The 8 Leaves One Blade style's unarmed form.
You're just full of surprises, aren't you?
Huh. Looks like you might be able to handle this after all.
The 8 Leaves One Blade School has a form we use if we're disarmed or have to fight without a weapon. And believe me, Master Ka-Fai drilled it into me so thoroughly I could do it in my sleep.
Sounds like you owe him a thank you next time you see him. Watch out! Here she comes!
Let's see what we can do!
Are you ready for a completely different combat style? Because that's what we're getting here. Apparently we have 90,000 HP in this. Okay, so we can't use any of our actual, moves here because, well, we don't have a weapon yet. And if we want to use up half of our EP, we can heal ourselves too. But here's the big thing. This is all very rock, paper, scissors. Basically, based on how the enemy is standing, you have to attack the body, head, or arms. If you're hitting him in the right area, you get your crit, and then you can link attack. Unfortunately, the game doesn't really go into all that much detail here. And the problem with that is, well, since the game doesn't tell you that, it's very easy to lose here. Especially since we have another fight like this in a little bit.
Hope you like pain.
And yes, I am basically looking at a guy going, okay, which stance means, where do I hit? Because I have done this legit, and I've lost a few times because if...
We'll see how long that lasts.
Well, I guess not. This one actually isn't as bad as the next fight, but if you don't do all link attacks in the next fight, you're dead, basically. It's very difficult to win unless you're hitting him in the right spot every time. mean, I guess this game does let you basically restart a fight from where you lose it. But it's still kind of annoying, especially since, I mean, no one's actually told us about this whole mechanic thing. I've had to be the one to explain it.
This can't be happening. Damn it! If Reinford had finished my Templar sword in time, I'd be the one still standing.
This battle is over. There's no reason to keep fighting. Now get out of Trista, and take the squad by the west exit with you.
Reen.
Yeah! Beat it and don't come back!
All right. This should be all the backup they need at the west exit, and then some.
Damn.
Whoa, whoa, hold up just a sec. Aren't you forgetting something?
That voice.
Something's coming.
Azure Knight Ordine.
Whoa.
A blue knight?
Then Valimar wasn't the only divine knight that was awoken.
See? Am I ever glad to see you?
The Azure Knight? So he was an awakener all along. I'll bet she's the one who guided him to it too.
I'm guessing they're talking about Clotilde.
Crow! Are you really in there?
Sure am. Long time no see, Reen. Oh well, not too long, I guess, seeing as we just had dinner together last night. But that all feels strangely distant now, you know? Another lifetime almost.
Why? Why are you doing this? Are you really the one who shot the Chancellor? And where did you even get that thing?
It's thanks to the Imperial Liberation Front's planning that I wound up at the Academy in the first place. It was a nice spot to bide my time while we waited for our chance to take out the Chancellor. Gotta say, though, the whole school thing was a lot more fun than I expected. Almost makes me sad to leave it behind. But at the end of the day, I'm C. That's the real deal. The Crow Armbrust you've known all this time, he isn't real. He never was.
Like hell he isn't! All the good times we had? Your friendship with Toa and Angelica and George? You seriously want me to believe that all of that was just a lie? That our hanging out, our field studies, even our concert meant nothing to you?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Oh no.
Crow, why are you doing this?
Reinford made that for the Soldats units. I know it's not the kind you're used to, but it's the best you're gonna get right now. So, what do you say we settle things once and for all?
A double saber. Just like C used.
Looks a lot fancier than
No
what we're
room left for
wielding.
doubt. Crow really is C.
I take no joy in this, but we can't have that Ashen Knight of yours getting in the way later down the line. So I'm afraid I'm gonna have to bust it up, along with the Academy. As for you students and the staff, you'll be under our jurisdiction.
So that's the plan if you win, huh? But what about if I win?
If you win, I'll pay up the interest I owe you on that 50 Mira. Hell, we could even trade places. I'll babble on about friendship and dreams, and you can have fun for once in your life.
You've got yourself a deal. But I hope you know what you just signed up for. Because the Bank of Reen has the highest interest rate on the continent. And if we'll be trading places, don't forget you'll have a mountain of work waiting for you back at the Academy. So one way or another, you'll be coming back with us, Crow.
You've got some real stones. I'll give you that. But sure, I'll agree to those terms.
This is bad.
Their will to fight is causing an enormous outpouring of mana.
Alright, let's do this.
Now for the true final boss fight. So, when you're standing like this, you go for the arms.
Here goes!
This one's bodied. He's got 200,000 HP too, holy crap. I can only imagine that this battle is hell on harder difficulties.
That's it.
Oh yeah, and he can link attack us too. This is kind of what I was referring to when I said that this becomes a bit of a damage race, that you're not really going to have a good chance to win if you're not going for all-out link attacks.
Think you can handle this?
Oh hey, we didn't get stunned by that one. Yeah, then I think...
Bring it on! Beat this!
Ah, countered.
Here goes!
Okay, oh god, that was several turns we didn't get back there. See. And card counter if we use those. That doesn't sound too good.
Beat this! That's it! You're finished! Can't lose! Now! Here goes!
Oh, that was some good damage.
Here goes! That's it! You're finished!
Think you can handle this?
Holy crap, that got a delay of 78. No wonder it took so long for us to actually get a turn again after that. Oh, crap.
Beat this! That's it!
Oh, crap.
Gently! Hope you're ready!
We're slowly going after him. We need to heal again.
Darkness! That's it! You're finished!
So, what you gonna do?
Ah, crap. You can't hit him while he's doing this.
Think you can handle this?
Damn it!
You're wasting your time.
Will we actually be able to hit again?
Hope you're ready.
Yeah, I don't think that's actually the... There we go. Okay, we won. You see what I meant about this being a down-to-the-wire battle? And that was with us hitting his weak point every time. If you don't, you're dead.
Yahoo! He did it!
Thank goodness. That means...
This can't be happening!
You really don't do anything halfway, do you? I thought I knew what you could do with your 8 Leaves training, but you're fighting on a whole nother level today.
Good thing, too. Otherwise, I'd never have stood a chance against you. Time to make good on our wager, Crow. You're coming back with us.
Ah, crap, his mech has a super mode.
What in the... You've been piloting a Divine Knight for 1 day. I've been using mine for 3 years. Did you think I wouldn't have a trump card to play?
Damn it! It's like I didn't even phase him. My head!
When a Divine Knight is damaged, the Awakener shares their pain. Just as I feared, it was too early. Or perhaps it may have been too late.
No! No, you don't!
Rean, are you all right?
Guys, what are you doing?
We are going to buy you time to get away from here.
Run, while you still have the chance.
I can't. I won't just leave you all here.
You can, and you must! Heimdall's been occupied, and it's only a matter of time before we've got a full-blown civil war on our hands.
They might have been caught off guard today, but the Imperial Army's full of elite soldiers. When the war starts, it'll be long and bloody.
But it doesn't have to be like that. You and the Ashen Knight could change things. You could find a third way, like Prince Oliver was talking about. A way that doesn't bow to either faction.
You can become the wind that changes the course of this conflict.
You guys, No, I can't! You'll never make it against him by yourselves! Just run, please!
Just look at yourself. You're in no position to be worrying about us.
Yeah! Just leave it to us! Once you've escaped, we'll go join the instructors. So don't worry. Take care of him for us. Okay, Celine?
Easier said than done.
Prolonging turret battle poses a risk of sustaining irreparable damage. Immediate tactical retreat is advised.
That voice. Are you Valimar?
So you've gathered enough power, have you? Well, we may have lost this battle, but at least we'll live to fight another day. Alright, get us out of here. As far away in Erebonia as you can take us.
Command acknowledged. Charting course.
Wait, no! That's my call to make!
Be at ease, Rean. You will not bear this burden alone. I will stand and fight here as your sword, and I swear to you, this blade shall not be broken. Not before it returns to your side.
Laura! They need me! Let me stay!
And that's the end of the game! Roll credits! Could you imagine having that ending happening and then just going, okay, how long do we have to wait for the sequel to come? Oh god, what? I mean, I first played this like, it was at least a year, if not more ago. and the sequel hadn't even been came out on Steam yet. So it was like, and I only just recently managed to get the sequel, so yeah! Nice-oo indeed. So yeah, the Chancellor's been shot, Heimdall's been occupied by the bad guys, well at least Crow's crew. Of course it's gonna get more and more complicated as it goes on, so who knows how bad they really will be in the end. Then suddenly giant robots, we have this big duel, and then Rean has to escape alone while the rest of his class is all left to fend off a superpowered giant robot without him. And that's just it. You don't know what happens. It's like, So yeah, just be thankful that I actually already own the sequel, and tomorrow we can start right up where we left off, basically, because good God! To say playing the sequel had a long time coming for me is an understatement at this point. Crow, you bastard! It's a good way to end a game if you already know that the sequel is coming out. If you don't, that is hell. Could you imagine if this game did not get a sequel with that ending? Oh god, that would have been horrible. Oh gosh. When you're getting up, you can actually speed up the ending credits. Oh yeah, that's Rails of Cold Steel. Ugh. It's good, but I will say that on a replay, it does feel kind of... how do I put it? I mean, the game is all lead up, just basically to that end moment. I enjoy The Last Remnant, but anyway, the whole game is just the lead up to, you know, the explosion of, oh dear sweet Jesus, the crap has hit the fan that we got at the end. It was all basically so that you know exactly how everything works in this empire, so that once that hits, it hits hard. And then they just completely blue ball you there. It's like, oh god! All you know is that Rean is flying away and that's it. Oh gosh. The characterization for most of the characters is pretty good, although some of them are pretty... I guess hopefully in the next game we'll get a bit more to them. I mean, Laura, Fee, Alyssa... well, I should say all the girls get most of the focus. And of course Crow does as well, I mean, especially with that ending there. Yeah, it's kind of a good way of putting it, Skylar. Gaius, unfortunately, is kind of boring, let's be frank. All he's really got is that, I am the guy, the stoic warrior guy who loves my homeland. I have no other real character to me. The only moments he really had was back during the Nord section where he got pissed off at G for trying to start a war in his homeland. That was about it for him. Same goes for Machias. Machias pretty much established himself as an outright asshole social justice warrior at the beginning. Then after he became on better terms with Eustace, he kind of just fell off the radar entirely. Elliot is basically just Ron Weasley. He does have a little bit more to him, especially, I mean, with the stuff about his father and his music aspirations and all the stuff with the concert they put on. So those are little character moments that he gets that make him stand out more than Machias and Gaius. Outside of Machias' asshole moments, but still. Eustace is probably the best of the guys, since he's pretty integral with the whole nobles versus commoners kind of thing going on. As a kind of a character point of not all nobles are assholes kind of a thing. He starts out as Seto Kaiba, and then by the end he's like, end of Yu-Gi-Oh! Seto Kaiba kind of a thing, I guess. Because I mean, the dude really never acts like an asshole to most of the class, only the Machias. And with Machias, that's because of, well, his introduction was him just praying like a jackass, calling all nobles 2-bit hedonists and stuff like that. So, yeah, them getting off of the wrong foot definitely was fitting there. But, with everybody else, he treated them fine. Oh gosh. I guess it's the normal part where I just say, tomorrow we are going to be starting up the sequel because we have to know what happens next, right? And just let the credits play out. Oh, damn it. In order to do that, I would have to tab out over to OBS. And when that does, everything over here would freeze and go silent, and I'm just gonna... Oh wait, are we actually... We might be at the end. Yeah, I guess this is the very end. It came out in 2015, huh? Yeah, no kidding. The story's still continuing. It better! And apparently all of our characters' weapons have been added to that Wraith's Graveyard from the actual final boss battle. And this is where we get to save our clear data. And hopefully it will transfer on into the next game properly. But I guess with that, I will just say thank you all for coming out. And hopefully you'll join me again next time when we find out what the hell happens! Well, that's what I said it was back when we first started that boss battle. So, yeah. See you guys later.